What's up, everybody? I got a beautiful panel of ladies. Let's go. And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Purple Pod, episode 56, number one show in the world for dating. Sorry, right here in Dallas, Texas. Please make sure to like the video on y'all's way in. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell right now so you can be ready for every episode that pops up. Follow us on the podcast Instagram, please. We're now live to all platforms, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and YouTube at the same time. Go sign up for my new coaching as well. If you're a guy that needs help personally in dating, I will help you the fuck out. Also, if you want to show some support, you can do it by just going to our Patreon, or you can hit the join button right here under the YouTube video. And when you join there, you can get some really cool emojis for the live show. Also, new shirts are out, so go check out the merch store, and then go to the streaming platforms if you want to hear us on audio only. We're on all the different streaming platforms. I totally forgot to put all these ladies in the Instagram story, so I guess I have to put it after the show because I just realized I fucked that up. So, yeah, sorry guys. I will put them in after the show so y'all can DM them all the stupid shit. I know, man. I'm fucked up. Anybody that needs any media marketing help right now, I'm doing a media marketing package for a really, really good deal, especially if your YouTube channel that has a podcast. I will destroy everybody's prices for growing your channel. Just hit me up. I'll manage everything for you, posted across 5 different platforms. Or if you're just a business that needs help with posting your stuff on Instagram or anything like that, please hit me up and I'll do your management and that as well. Thank you, Donnie, my producer, and I really appreciate you, bro. And I got a special guest in the house. I got my boy up the mic. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, bro?
What's going on, man? It's always good to be here. We got a big panel of lovely ladies.
I know.
With some nice opinions, hopefully.
You never got to be on a panel this big, right?
No,
not at all.
No.
Have you ever done a panel with me yet?
Nope.
No, dude, this is a huge special thing then because this is the first panel you get to do with me. But yeah, we're going to start off by the ladies introducing y'all's beautiful selves. You just give your name, your age, your education level, and your relationship status. We'll start let's go with you.
Okay, my name is Kay. I'm a hairstylist. Instagram, I'm Crowned by Kay. Relationship status, single. And what was the last one you asked?
Age and education.
Age and education.
24. Education, instructor, cosmetology instructor.
Okay, nice. And Donnie, I was gonna say make sure they're not muted too. I don't know if I had those ones muted. Okay, good. Yep. But yeah, and then what about? Thank you for coming back.
No problem.
What's your name, age, education level? What do you do for work?
Hello, everyone. I'm Shay from the Bay. I am a braiding assistant, but I also do in-home care, and I'm a jack of all trades. What was the other question?
Age, work, college.
How old I am? Huh?
Yeah. Well, they're always gonna
ripe 40. Ripe 40.
Ripe 40.
And well, thank you. And a lot of colleges.
A lot of colleges.
So a lot of colleges.
Okay. Yeah.
Business and accounting.
Okay. Business and accounting. And then what about you? Thank you for coming back again, Michelle.
Yeah, no problem. My name is Michelle. I am 27 years old. I'm an energy broker, and I have some college.
Some college? Yeah. Okay. Just Jerry, I'm sorry your Asian princess isn't here tonight, bro. She'll come next time. Well, you already introduced yourself. What about you? What's your name, age, education level, what you do for work, and relationship status?
Yeah, my name is Janelle. I'm 27. I'm an operations manager for CVS. I have some college and recently divorced.
Recently divorced?
Yes.
How recent?
Everything got finalized a week ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Damn, that's like super recent. Yeah, that's crazy. You're like, dating show. Let's go on that right now.
Why not?
I'm just kidding. What about you? What's your name, age, education level, what do you do for work?
My name is Talia. I'm 23. I am an artist. I like to paint and draw and things like that. Relationship status, I would say it's kind of complicated. I hope you don't like it. But this shit complicated, and I've only done some college,
Okay.
Yeah.
So why is it complicated?
Because we two complicated people. Shit.
Both of y'all are?
Yes, I ain't gonna lie. I have my days.
Well, I mean, he's winning if he doesn't have to take you seriously, but he still did it.
Y'all like on and off complicated or what?
Huh?
No, I don't know. It's just complicated.
I mean, do you want a relationship?
I do, but
okay. Okay, that's my point. He's winning. Yeah. So I mean.
Yeah, he wants the relationship too.
No, he doesn't, or else he'd give it to you.
I mean, I'm saying it's complicated because it's like it's not working out. We've been in a relationship, but it's complicated.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be complicated. Like relationships are actually really easy. If they're hard, it's because somebody doesn't want it to work. Whether you don't want to work, or he doesn't want to work. Either you're trying to still live a single life or something like that, or it's him trying to do that type of stuff. But one of y'all doesn't want it. But yeah, what about you? What's your name, age, education? What would you
I
prefer?
go by Kilolo, so that's what you guys can call me, or Lolo for short.
Lola.
I'm 23. I'm 23 years old. I'm an artist, but I work a 9 to 5 because the artistry doesn't always pay. And I'm a free bird. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm a
so
free damn bird.
you're single.
Hell yeah.
Single as it gets.
Mhm.
Okay, single as a Pringle. What about you?
My name is Jessica. I'm a hairstylist. Also, I'm a teacher. I'm single, very single. I did some college, which is 2 days. That's it. It's just 2 days.
How are you a teacher if you only did college for 2 days?
Look, I'm actually a TA, so
Oh, teacher assistant.
teacher assistant.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't even think I said that. I'm a college dropout.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Some of the smartest people in the world are college dropouts actually, so it's not that bad. But yeah, let's get right into the questions. Let me see. Tonight's theme, guys, is how to win a guy in 10 days. So I want to see if these girls, like actually know how to like bag the guy they want, possibly get a ring, possibly, get the relationship. We're gonna see, how good y'all are at doing these type of things.
That's the goal, a ring.
We're just gonna say, it's how to get a guy in 10. Oh, well, that's just like the theme. A lot of the questions aren't exactly how to get a guy in 10 days, but they're just around that type of subject, I guess you could say. For the first question, it's gonna be, let me get to it. What do the top tier men want from a woman? You think? We'll say the top 3 things that a top tier guy wants. We're gonna say like the millionaires, or like the guys that make $300,000 a year, $250,000 a year, like a top earner, a badass. Okay, what are those guys looking for in a woman? The top 3 things.
I would definitely say some
Talk to
financial stability. I'm thinking finance for sure.
What else?
Top 3. Come back.
Why do you think finance?
Why do I think that?
Yeah.
You want to date definitely in your bracket. I'm pretty sure nobody is not where he is. Maybe he love her and will accept that, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna want somebody financially stable also.
Do you think women like to date in their bracket or men like to date in their bracket?
Women do it. Yeah, I don't think men have a.
Got it! Got it!
Do women or men like to date in their bracket? That's the question, right?
Yeah.
Women don't do it, but I feel like men, they kind of go with whatever works for them. I don't know.
Women try to date into their bracket, and I'll tell you why. There's a thing called hypergamy, and hypergamy means that women like to date across and up social hierarchies. A guy will date down, across and down.
Yeah.
He'll date a millionaire. Will date a McDonald's worker. Like they just want a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
That's nurturing and caring and a good woman. Like they don't really give a shit about how much money she has, especially if he's a million. Like my example was a millionaire, like guy who makes $300,000 a year. That guy really don't give a fuck.
Right.
He's the guy who gives a fuck the least.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely not finances. Actually, women, what you're doing right there was you're actually projecting what you like, because women are hypergamous. So y'all do want somebody that makes the same as you or more.
No,
and
that to be all women.
I would say a majority. Like in general, like if we had an island with 100 women on it, and we asked all of them, or like we ran a survey with 100 average women, most of them would definitely say that they want a guy. If we look at statistics, it's 52%. So like if a woman makes $100,000 a year, she wants a guy who makes $152,000 a year. That's what studies have shown when we've done studies on it.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to piggyback on what you said. I didn't say just strictly finance. I said financial structure. Like you're not just going to be broke. You need some type of structure.
Yeah, I just want you to know though, they will take the broke girl though. Like there's lots of evidence where guys have taken a broke girl because like I said, like sometimes a guy is looking for nurturing, loving woman, somebody that's going to be a good mother to his kids. Sometimes it's not about how much money she brings in. Yeah. And sometimes what happens is the money that she brings in, or her job or her business or anything like that, actually takes her away from being an awesome, caring, nurturing mother. When like that makes it to where a babysitter has to do it, or like you're going to send your kid to public schools and send them to send to daycares and stuff like that. It's like a guy who's really successful, especially right now with public schools being fucking whack as hell. Like nobody, like he wants a good woman to like take care of his kid at all times, send him to a private school, make it to where whenever they come home, they're in a nice, loving home, not being raised by the iPads and shit. That's what's happening today because both parents are working overtime. Right. It's really hard. Yep. What about you though? Oh, got something stuck in my chest. But what about you? What do you think can win over one of those top tier guys? Top 3 things to like win over one of those guys.
They like somebody who is going to be there for whatever they need. That's how I feel like. When you got those top tier guys, they want you available. That's what I'm saying. Availability. They want
Yeah,
you
your
to be
time.
available. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
really do.
Yeah, they do.
And you're on point about that. They really do, guys. Like I always give a tip to ladies that like if y'all ever have opportunity with one of those guys like that, and say like you just got off work, you're tired, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock, and he's like, "Hey, I want to hang out with you tonight. Like, come over and like let's cook dinner and like watch a movie and stuff. And I want you to stay night tonight." Even if you wanted to have a little girls' night at your apartment of just chilling and having a bath and just doing what you wanted, you better put that shit on the back burner because that guy doesn't give a fuck about none of that shit. He wants to spend time, and especially if he's the if he's like kind of the prize of this situation because he's like a wealthy man or something like that. Yeah, put that shit on the back burner and do whatever he asks at that time. Like seriously, because your career doesn't like for you to have a family and kids and stuff like that in the future. Your shit doesn't matter, honestly. It doesn't. Like you need to sacrifice your personal shit to have that in the future if you want. What about you? What would you say is like the number one thing that a top tier guy would want? Or how would you lock him in? What's the first thing that you'd want?
I'd say intelligence.
Intelligence.
Someone that's good conversation. You know.
Somebody that's not like stupid and boring.
Right, you just can't keep a conversation. You know, you can
Yeah.
talk about other things.
This is a very very debated thing. See, a lot of guys in the red pill space would say that like a guy doesn't want an intelligent girl, but I honestly like my girlfriend's very intelligent. I love that about her. Like she's a very smart girl, does super good in school. Like I love all that stuff about her. Honestly, like does it actually make her to where she's a little bit more arrogant sometimes than she probably should be? Yeah, but that's a trade off with anybody who has any type of intelligence. I'm also arrogant sometimes too, and I shouldn't be. So that's just what happens. I would say intelligence is something that most people, if you want to have a successful relationship today, y'all both need to have like a certain level of intelligence for it to work. And like understanding devotion, understanding like the cycle of love and respect in a relationship, like all those things, most normie people can't even do them today. Like you need to be intelligent just to be successful in relationships. What about you, bro? Why don't you tell me how or how do you lock down a badass girl, I guess?
Well, listen, man. If she's stupid, she's my stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But are we talking about like?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna say like, how would you? Well, we're gonna say like, actually, no. Why don't you give the girls advice how to lock down a badass guy?
Let's let Mike go last.
Okay, yeah, that's a better idea
girls
actually.
Keep going.
Yeah,
Keep going.
yeah. So what would you do? What's the number one thing you would do to lock in like a very high value guy in 10 days?
I would say loyalty.
Loyalty.
You took mine.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, it's a really good one. No,
Yeah,
honestly, that's like
because-
one of the top ones for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, nowadays, especially nowadays, is like a lot of what I've been seeing is like a lot of hookup cultures, and no one's ever loyal out here. It's always like one to the next, to the next, to the next.
So what kind of ways can you show loyalty as a woman?
Well, I mean, why don't you put in time?
Put in time.
Like say like like how you were saying earlier, like oh hey, like the guy texts you, is like oh hey, like I want to hang out and do this, but like okay yeah, like let me do this real quick, and then I'll head over, or just like keeping the communication, saying like oh I can't today.
Can you think of some other ways that woman's loyal?
Then what?
Can you think of some other ways that women show loyalty?
I mean, just being through like all the hard times. Like say, like for example, how you're saying like the millionaire, like homie's gonna be out on business trips and
still being
everywhere.
loyal even when he's working all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I wanted to like peel the layer back on that, y'all, so y'all understood. There's like multiple ways of being loyal. There's not just one way. It's not just your vagina. There's not just like no guys are entering this. Like we give a fuck about guys having any type of selection to you in any way, shape, or form. So that means like going on girls trips. That means going like girls nights out. That means having a bunch of Instagram pictures that are literally you popping your ass out in a bikini. Like all that shit is versions of loyalty. And like if a guy, like certain guys will take that stuff. I would say guys that don't have as many options, they'll deal with a lot of more bullshit than say a guy who has a lot of options who's like, oh, I would never wife her. I'd never be in a relationship with that. Like, I'm not going to take those girls seriously. And y'all need to also understand, guys don't tell y'all the truth. Like, we would just fucking lie and just be like, oh, yeah, I love that shit. And just keep smashing all day long and never taking you seriously. That's the saddest thing that happens today. Is I know so many girls who have like all those pictures and all that stuff. And they're just like, why is no guy taking me seriously? It's like, you kind of reap what you sow. Like you're attracting the type of people that only look at you for your body, and then you have sex with them early on. So then they already have what they wanted, and then now you're coming back because you want it to turn into more. It's like a little vicious cycle that you got your own self into. You got to be careful. What about for you? Like, what's something that you would say you would do in 10 days to lock down like a high value guy?
A high value guy. I guess I would try to show him why I'm not there for just his money.
Talking to your mic a little bit more.
I guess I would show him why I'm there for like
For more
other
than just
reasons
the
than
money?
just his money. Yeah,
That's
because
smart.
if I'm really into him, like he's gonna know, like, okay, of course I have the money, but what else does this bitch want from me? Like, you know. And
I
really
actually
wanna
brought
show
this up
him.
like on like a couple weeks ago on a show, like how if a guy ever like he's a million, like maybe he has a nice car or something, and he has a lot of money, and y'all go to dinner and he trolls you by saying, hey, split the bill. If he's trolling you like that, it's because he wants to see if you're only with him for his money or not. So split the fucking bill, and so you don't sound like a fucking like one of those girls that's only there because he's a millionaire or something like that. And he is trolling. It is a troll.
Yeah.
But just go along with the troll, and you might actually have a chance with that guy.
And I wouldn't order
Like-
nothing. I wouldn't pay for my damn self.
Yeah,
so.
and and I guarantee you, it's one of those trolls where like it's not like he's gonna do that to you for the rest of y'all's lives.
Yeah.
He's doing it just that first time or just the first
Let me
few
test the
times as a
waters.
test. It's a shit test.
Yeah.
Guys shit test too. It's just way different than women.
Yeah.
Women shit test way more than guys though. Like I don't even talk about shit tests anymore because I've had so many bad debates on the show over fucking shit tests. What about you? What's something that women do to try to lock down those high value guys? If you had to in the 10 days.
If I had to, I would be quiet. Learn how to be
Ooh.
quiet.
Ooh.
Because a lot of men appreciate a
quick
woman
switch up.
who knows how to be quiet and at the same time, if I do speak, stroke his ego in the same
Ooh.
sentence.
She's a good pick me. I'm just kidding. No. Silence, sex, and sandwiches. That's like what some people like to say. That's what some guys like to say are those three. So yeah, you hit the nail on the head with the silence. What about you though?
Honestly, being yourself. Just be you.
Yep.
Like
I hope yourself is a very feminine,
What
good
that-
woman.
what that mean?
yes, a
What that
feminine
mean? Be
woman,
you?
Be you. Like whoever you are. Like if you know you that bitch and you a bad bitch, just be that. You can't. It's like honestly, you can't be something that you're not because you're gonna have to keep that facade going over and over and over and over. You're gonna get tired, and then that real you gonna start coming out, and then they gonna be like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
But
Bring
like
it back to what you want.
but what's a bad bitch?
Why we gotta be a bitch though?
I was
She
just
that's
about
what
to
she
ask
said.
That's my
I'm just
turn.
quoting her. I'm just quoting her.
You
She
could be a
yeah.
bad woman, a bad female.
Well, no, I just want
What
to
does
know
that
like
mean?
what is your definition of it though? That's why
A bad
that's why I
bitch?
want to know. Yeah.
My definition of a bad bitch is a person who work hard, a person who take care of themselves, whether it's mentally, self-care, you're doing whatever needs to be done for you. That's a bad bitch. It ain't always your body or what you got on. Being a bad bitch, you being like in tune with yourself, in tune with your body, knowing you. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody know you better than you. So you gotta come in that shit owning it. That's a bad
So
bitch.
you're just talking about like kind of like confidence,
confidence through the
just
roof.
just straight up just confidence. So
Straight
so is
confidence.
it confidence or is it ego though?
Honestly, I really say it's confidence.
So
Because your ego can
so
sometimes.
so would you say that a woman earns her ego?
That's a good one. Honestly,
With who? The man?
No, just personally. Do you feel like a woman earns her ego?
no.
Yeah, because because sometimes y'all's ego comes from your beauty and your youth.
Exactly.
So you can just be 18, 19, 20 years old and you can go get on a yacht in Miami because
Yeah.
you have so much value up front like that. So women have an ego just for no reason sometimes. Guys, when you meet a 30 or 35-year-old dude who has a huge ego, he probably worked hard as fuck to get to that point,
Exactly.
to have that type of ego, you know? So you just got to be careful and make sure that like what you're doing isn't ego and it's actually confidence, because confidence is because you built it, you know, like you actually earned it, like maybe you got to a certain level, position or money or whatever the fuck, but like whatever it is, you know, you got it because of those things. So just make sure it's not ego. And because like a lot of guys, like I'm not saying that like but like you're masculine, but just like the way that like you come off or like the way that you say things, a guy can perceive it as that. And just be careful because he might just see that as, oh, she's really egotistic, this isn't gonna work, because the man always wants to be the leader. Like he doesn't want to be with somebody, he's not gonna sit there and be with like there can't be two masculine energies in a household.
Exactly.
Like it has to be. And like I would even say in a fight when the woman's really pissed off, like the guy can't sit there and be super masculine when she's super mad. Like, and there's legitimate times where like I've made my girl mad, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna be super nice and like not be yelling back at her, you know. And like you have to do the same thing though. Majority of the time you need to be in your feminine energy if he's a majority of the time in his masculine energy.
Yes, I'm glad you said that, because I get that a lot, that I sometimes come off aggressive, but it's like, you know,
You don't mean to though.
I don't mean to, and I know how to be a woman to a man. So sometimes I know how to sit back.
Yeah.
And not just certain like shut up sometimes, but I know how to let my man lead.
Yeah.
And I know how to
You
follow
just
behind,
also
you know?
got to be careful about doing it conditionally. So this is what happens. It's called conditional femininity, and most women are conditionally feminine. It's like, oh, for this guy I'll be feminine. For this guy, or you know, because this guy hits these certain things, I'll be feminine for him. But in reality, like, Yeah, you kind of should just always be like, guys don't have that privilege. Like we don't have the privilege of just, I'm just gonna be masculine sometimes, like, or no, I'm gonna be cutesy today and like do this. No, it's like no, like we have to always be masculine. And I really believe that for a woman to get into a good relationship, you have to start that habit, because even when you go to, because what happens when you go to work every day, you're talking to a boss. Your boss is like your husband, or the man of your house, kind of, or whatever. Like he's the leader. So like you're constantly having to fight that every day. And then when you come home, you do the same shit to your man, because you to be a successful woman, you gotta have a lot of type A personality traits. You gotta have a lot of things that make you argumentative, competitive, all those things. And what happens is a lot of women get these jobs, they get successful, and they come home and they bring that shit home. It's like, no, that shit needs to stay at your work. You need to come home to be a whole new woman when you come home, because a guy doesn't want to be around that.
Okay, well, so what about the guy that brings it home?
Okay.
What do
What
we
do you
do
mean?
at that point?
What do you mean brings what?
Because you said, so we go to work, right, and we deal with all this stuff, and then we bring all that masculine energy home.
Mhm.
But then it's like, what about when he's out doing whatever he does, and then you come home and you're just being overly aggressive or just overly like an asshole to me?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to what? Just always sit down and be quiet and deal with that? No. I'm going to let you know you're out of line and don't be projecting on me.
Yeah. Well, so like y'all got to understand, a woman's life and a man's life are completely different things. We're going to just start the whole debate off on this table that men and women are completely different. Okay. So when a man goes through stress, it's not the same as a woman going through stress. So a woman going through stress, y'all like to talk about it. Y'all like to vent. Like this is why therapy is so good for women sometimes, because a lot of times you just need to talk, especially when you're just really mad about something. Sometimes you just want to talk to your man. You just need to talk about it. Men aren't the same. Sometimes we need to physically get it out. And I would say that a guy that's doing stuff like that, he doesn't know how to release his anger properly. So that means he's not going. Maybe he needs to go to the gym. Maybe he needs to have a hobby. He needs guys release our like our type of energy, or like our type of emotions. I believe that we emote physically. Like that's why men are violent. That's why that's why an emotional man is so dangerous. That's why men are shooters, like school shooters and stuff like that. Like that's all based off of us being physical emotionally. So a guy that's doing that, he just hasn't learned how to channel himself. But also you need to be understanding, because a guy goes through way worse than a woman sometimes goes through in life. If he's coming home and he's acting like that, who knows what the fuck he went through at his work? Who knows? And he might not want to talk about it, because we don't emote the same way as y'all. We don't like to talk about it. And sometimes he just wants you to that's his way of getting it out. Maybe fucking being pissed off and like throwing something or just doing something like that. Not saying it's a good thing for a guy to do this ever. And I would say that's a huge red flag if y'all have a guy that's emotional like this, and you should just not even be with them. That's like one of those things that you just don't even want to be with a person who emotes that way, I guess. Y'all want to be with a guy that's very stoic, and like, shout out to Jay Waller for this, but like a man should be the rock on the side of the ocean, and a woman's emotional wave should be able to crash over it. A man should be just always a super stoic, non-emotional person, and that's what makes them the most successful men possible. A guy that's in his emotion, he'll fail at so much in his life.
So you're saying men shouldn't express themselves emotionally to their woman?
No, you can definitely express yourself emotionally, but I'm saying that most men don't. Like we're not built to do it. We're meant to express our emotions physically. We're not meant to express our emotions with words like y'all do. Women are extremely social creatures. Men are extremely logical creatures. And there's reasons for this. Like for all throughout, I mean, y'all make babies. Think about for thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years. Like even whenever 1.1 million years ago as Homo erectus, like y'all's main thing was to create life and to be nurturing and take care of that life and be social creatures in social crowds and like work together to cook foods and do stuff like knit together and stuff. Y'all are extremely social. Men are problem solvers. Okay, like I would be a failure as a man if I don't create anything in my life. That's what makes a man a successful man, is what do you create? On my headstone, when I die, all that matters is what did I create? That's what's going to make me memorable or not. For a woman, y'all are based off of what life y'all create, because that's what I cannot do and what you can do. You create life. So y'all's legacy is based off of you having a giant family or kids or whatever it is. That's what makes us two completely different things. We work together perfectly when it's that way, though.
Yeah, and I kind of want to piggyback off of that, because Sergio did nail it. You don't want a guy that's emotionally like that. However, you already answered your question when we asked you, how do you lock down a man in 10 days? You said silence. So if he's being an asshole, just be quiet. He probably does not want to talk about it.
For real. No, he doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't. He just wants it to just blow over. Like he'll get over it. Guys are probably like, usually when we're pissed off or something's wrong, it's a problem to be solved. that's going to be solved by a phone call to our homie, to our guy, to a mentor, to reading something, like logically figuring it out. And sometimes going to your woman isn't the best to logically figure out certain things.
But what if you're doing better than your man?
Then that's a red flag already. I mean, you just shouldn't be. I don't believe in doing build a man. I'm very against build a man. I would never tell a woman. I would never tell a woman at this table to ever be with a guy that's under them, because it's just a recipe for disaster. Usually, when women are with a guy that's under them, it's because you're dealing with a trauma. Usually, women who choose guys that are lower than them in any way, like sexually or financially or anything like that, it's because they want the leverage in the relationship. And and the only reason they want the leverage in the relationship is because they've been in a relationship where they gave all the leverage to a guy and they lost it and it hurt really fucking bad. And they're like, never doing this again. Every guy I'm gonna be with from now on, I'm the prize. I'm the fucking. I'm in charge of everything. Like, I want to be, in power. Like, I've never had an apartment where the girl didn't move into my apartment and like be on my, or like be on like my.
I've never moved in with a guy. A guy always moved
Well,
in
no,
with me.
but yeah. And see, that's crazy to me. See, you saying that is so wild to me, because I make fun of guys who do that, because like, what the hell? You're a man and you're moving into a woman's place. And I've seen this so much online. It's so wild to me, because I've always had the lease in my name. The woman has always came and moved in with me and stuff. And it should always be like that for it to be the healthiest.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 32.
32.
Yeah, I'm old.
Damn, because
The verse 23?
I'm 23. Like, and she is too. She's gonna be 23. We dealing. Like,
I am 23.
Okay. Well,
Are y'all
we dealing
twins?
with- no, but we've dealt with the same shit. Like, our dudes be wanting to live with us. We want to move in with us.
Why you let
So-
him move
See,
in?
this is the problem. Y'all don't know how to pick a man. Like,
Okay, so hold on. Because, like, even when my friend over there got to talking about the financial situation, okay, yeah, I was kind of raised to date men. Like, my parents never wanted me to date a black man. Like, straight up. They said date a white man, a Mexican man, anybody who's making more money than you is going to take care of their family. And I said, what the hell?
that was really honest of them. No, honestly, like it was really honest of them. I feel like a lot of black parents would never say that, so that's really
But
crazy.
I felt like, damn, I thought we were supposed to be supporting our community, Black love. So, I always supported the black man, even if he's going through a struggle. But I feel like, yes, in my experience, I do end up with the shit at the end of the stick. So it's like, damn. But it's like, I don't want to cancel out black men just because of that, So that's why I asked the questions I was asking.
The black community is in a really hard situation, because like, if we look at dating apps, what ends up happening is like, black men are extremely desired and black women are the least desired.
Yeah.
And so, and we can prove this with like statistics. So like, what happens is you have, and I'm not going to say that like there's not a lot of successful black men, because there's a lot of really successful black men. Like, if you look at statistics, a lot of them are like out earning like other races too. Like, they're doing really good. But the thing is, since they're so sexually desired and they're doing good financially, a lot of them don't want to be in a serious relationship.
Dating a black woman.
Well, like, it's not dating a black woman. They just don't want to take a relationship seriously, or they don't want to date a black woman because sometimes it comes with trauma. One of my biggest things I preach on this channel is interracial dating. And the reason why is because when you date outside your race, you're going to date somebody that has no trauma from generations.
So how do we
Generational
heal
trauma.
our generational curses? If we
By
never
that's what I'm
fix them?
saying. If you
That's a
married a
conversation
white
for
man and you had children, if you had children with a white guy and you married a white guy, your kids aren't going. Half of your kids are from a guy that has no generational trauma at all.
Yeah.
At all. So when your kids come out, and then when you're having an episode or anything bad's happening because of generational, because you're sad or depressed or something like that, or you're going through something because of some type of trauma in your past, that guy is way more likely to be able to handle it than a black man that also went through tons of trauma. Maybe had a mother that was horrible to him, was raised in a single parent household also. Like, maybe had, you never know. It's way better to split your traumas though. And people are, dude, like a lot of people are doing it today. One of the girls came on my show and ended up getting married a few months later to a white guy. And it was after we had these same type of talks like this. I'm very proud that she did it.
That's why
She literally got proposed to like within 2 or 3 months.
That's why I married outside of my race. I married an Asian man just for that same reason.
You married?
I was for 11 years.
Oh, I was a girl. I remember that on the last show.
But as we can see, it doesn't always work though.
No, it
It
doesn't.
doesn't always work.
We grew apart, but it happens. We just married young and grew apart, like started liking different things and everything. But that was the reason why I married an Asian man, because I dated, when I was younger, black men, and it just, for some strange reason, we can never go to the next step.
Yeah.
But with him, it flowed. You know what I'm saying?
It goes back to intelligence. Like, I totally think two black people can be together, but y'all both have to be extremely intelligent. He has to be the type of guy where even if he has a lot of options a lot of women don't want to be with the guy with a lot of options. Like, you either need to accept that he's going to sometimes exercise his options, or find one that's just super loyal somehow, which I just don't think it's very realistic. Like, I'm not sitting here telling guys to like cheat or like ever do anything like that, but it's just not realistic. Like, it's ignorant to sit there and look at the 6'4" guy that's like a fucking big old buff dude that all the women are literally throwing themselves at. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm only 6 foot tall. I'm skinny, as you were saying earlier. I'm not even that attractive. And even I had a really easy time when I was single. Okay. So the guys that are taller than me, just more muscly than me and stuff, dude, y'all have no idea how many options they got, guys. Y'all really don't. And that's why they're very hard to lock down. And like, I bet y'all could lock one down, but especially if you were like, hey, I'll accept that you have options. I'll also still be an awesome wife to you and all that stuff. But who would want to do that, for like a broke guy or something?
Yeah.
But what I would like to say is that you're probably going to get cheated on no matter what sometimes, like whether it's the rich guy or the poor guy. So it's like, do you want to like cry in a Honda or cry in the Bentley? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes if that is the case, it's like when I have to, when my daughter gets older, that's the kind of the shit that I'm going to have to tell her. I'm going to have to be hyper realistic that society sucks today. This is how men are today. And it sucks saying this, but I want her to get the ring. That's why I would tell all y'all, just get the fucking ring. If he's doing that shit, if he's that type of guy, just get the fucking ring, because at least then you can take his ass for half or whatever the fuck, like at least then you have some leverage, but you got nothing if you don't get the ring. And the only way you get the ring is by comfort, like doing exactly what he wants. Compliance to exactly what he wants. It sucks, but that's the game.
Let's ask Mike that same question though about
Oh yeah.
how do women
lock down a top tier guy, bro?
How many hours you said?
10 days. In 10 days.
No, fuck all that. You can get him in 20 minutes. Hold up. Listen, just ladies, listen to what I'm about to say right now, and you can lock this guy in 20 minutes. I'm not even fucking lying to you. So
we listening.
All right, listen. When you meet him, right? Fuck him immediately. Now, don't
Oh,
go crazy.
okay.
No,
See,
no,
this
don't go
shit
crazy.
I'm
Don't go crazy. Listen, hear me out. Because I already know what you're gonna say. Oh no, he's gonna think I'm a hoe. No, we're not. I promise you, we're not. See, well, guys like me, right? When girls fuck me on the first date, that tells me that, oh shit, you're feeling me, right? Okay, cool. Because let's be honest here, the guys that you really find attractive, you want to fuck them on the first date, anyways.
The guys that you're really down for.
Yeah, like you're gonna make rules for guys. You're not gonna make rules for guys that you actually really like.
You break rules for alphas, and you make rules for betas.
And if you do that, you know what I'm saying, your head's on point. Like, please, I stress this. Your head has to be on point. If it's trash, he's gonna be like, because what tells me if you fuck me on the first date, I don't think you're a hoe. What tells me if you're a hoe is if I look on your Instagram and see that you're in Dubai on a boat, or on with a millionaire or some shit like that. Because I know you didn't buy that shit
on a PJ. I know you didn't pay for that.
Or if you're in a new Lambo Urus or some shit like that. That tells me if you're a hoe or not, because it's like, okay, cool. Like,
that's who she's fucking with.
Who bought that shit?
That's what she's doing.
It wasn't y'all. Who bought that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you fuck me on the first day, it's like, oh shit, now I know I can take you seriously.
And
because you're not trying to play games or nothing like that.
I call bullshit.
Yeah,
because I'm like, you gonna ask me about my body count?
But a guy who does think you're a hoe, a guy who does think you're a hoe that does that, I guarantee you he has a low body count and hasn't slept with a lot of girls, because if you've slept with a lot of girls, you know that those are the girls most down for you. Like you've experienced it so many times. You're like, damn, every time those girls are the crazy ones for me. Those are the ones that would fucking Bonnie and Clyde ass bitches. Like every time they're the ones that will like ride or die.
Because believe me, I'll find out if you're a hoe some other way. If you trust me, I'll find out. You know what I'm saying?
It's really not hard to find out if women are hoes or
not.
Yeah,
when
like,
she sleep with your friends because she slept with you on the first time.
So like that's what a lot of people would.
Every dick at the bus.
So that's what like a lot of people would say, but at the same time, like today, like I would say that might have been true like years ago for sure, like your generation and stuff. But like this new generation, the women are so like willing to sleep with somebody on the first, especially the college, like girls 25 and under. It's a whole new world, and it's like
the same way.
Little Mermaid.
But it's just like so I like to talk about, because what he was just explaining to y'all is like there's two different kinds of games. There's women game and there's guy game, and it's two completely opposite things. Like the game I would give y'all to lock down a guy is the opposite of what I would tell a guy to do, what I coach men to do, the complete opposite. But the thing is, if y'all listen to what I say, y'all will end up with a good beta provider. Y'all end up with a really good guy that's like gonna be able to take care of y'all probably. But he's probably not going to be the guy that like makes your coochie wet. Like he's just it just might not be the best guy. But and honestly, if you want to be with the guy who's in control, like everybody wants to be with the leader, like y'all don't want to even use y'all's own dating strategy. It's actually so flawed. Like if y'all actually use y'all's own dating strategy and get those type of guys, you're going to end up hating yourself for it and hating him in the end. But if y'all follow what he's saying, you're going to end up really being in love with that guy. The problem is that it's a gambling, and you don't know if that guy is just gonna fucking dick you down for like the next 5 years and never take you seriously. So like that's like the gamble that you do every time you do that. And next thing you know, you got 20, 30 bodies because you're listening to his advice.
You
know?
didn't even
And I
listen
wanted
to
to know,
advice.
is he in a relationship? Are you?
I'm dead. Are you in a relationship?
I don't need to be. See, here's
No,
the thing.
no, no. Because you was talking about the girls giving it up on the
Here's the
first
thing.
night. Like, where's
Here's
the
thing.
girls at?
When you get in a relationship, what do you want?
That's not
Ultimately,
that was
answer the question.
Answer the
Ultimately, what do you
question,
want?
bro. Answer the question.
What do I want in a relationship? I want to be happy.
No.
No, I really do. I want to be happy. I want him to make my coochie weather. You see what I'm talking about? I mean, yeah, you could have a lot of money, but like, is that really gonna make me happy? Like,
No.
have hella
You want to have
fucking
good
money.
sex too.
Yeah, exactly. I want to
But
be happy.
But what do you want at the, let's say you're dating a guy for 2 years, right? What do you want ultimately at the end of that relationship? I'll give you a hint. You put it on your finger right here. What do you want?
No.
You're saying a ring, but
Oh,
like,
shit.
no, yeah.
You don't want marriage?
No.
I mean, it doesn't really. At this point, right now, I have to say no.
You ain't got the answers, man.
You
ain't got the answers.
I'm 23. I don't want to be married right now. But in whatever relationship I'm in right now, I want to be happy. I want to enjoy it for the time.
So the thing that Mike is ultimately saying, because Sergio mentioned this earlier in the show, is that men and women are different.
Yeah.
You know, you guys' form of success whenever it comes to like finding a significant other is getting a relationship. A guy's ultimate success is getting sex. You know, so we're completely different as far as our overall dating
Y'all don't want to
strategies.
be happy?
What was that?
At the end, y'all don't want to be happy? At
Oh,
the end of that day?
absolutely.
Okay.
But
Absolutely,
it
but-
comes from us learning a lot about women, and we learn a lot about women by having sex with them. That sounds fucked up. But it's
What do
just
you
true.
learn?
You learn everything about them.
Well,
Guys are not social creatures at all. Like, we're not social at all. So it takes us 10 years to catch up to what y'all get to at 20. Like, we're literally be 30 years old and then barely getting to the point where we're just as social as y'all are at 20 years old.
Y'all gotta understand.
Y'all had guys approaching y'all for fucking 4 or 5 years, even as fucking 15, 16-year-olds.
Okay,
So y'all had
all
y'all.
girls.
We didn't get any of that experience though. All that social experience that y'all got, we don't get any of that. So that's why women are so advanced that like this is why relationships don't work when the guy's 22 and you're 20. Like he doesn't have near the experience that like you really are attracted to.
And who does the marriage ultimately benefit, the man or the woman? What do you think?
The man.
I think it depends on whether
I think
you
it's
splitting
both,
up or
honestly.
not. Yeah, because it's a marriage. I think it only depends on if you splitting up. Cause
Okay, really think
then-
about this. In a marriage, do you think a man benefits more than a woman?
I
think
mean,
it's
what is your
together.
benefits? What is your benefits? If you got married today, what do you think you're gonna get from the woman? Sex, her pussy.
A
That's
man's
it?
not
That's
quick
all
to
you
get
get?
married because it's like, dude, we invest everything into it.
I mean, but
Yeah,
y'all are
we're the ones who take the
marry
big
us.
loss.
Because
Like we're the ones
But
who
y'all
take
are
the
the ones
lead.
who marry.
Because
What do
you
you
got-
lose?
Because
Well,
you gotta
not really.
understand,
y'all
usually
are the
most
ones
of the
who marry
time, right, when a man and a woman get together, usually it's the man that makes the most money, not the woman.
And then on top of that, usually it's the woman who divorces the man at 70% to 90% if she's
78%
college.
right
So,
now.
yeah, it's 90% if she's college educated. So it's a huge risk for guys. It's risk mitigation for us. And like like y'all gotta understand, like this is why it's so hard to get guys today, because a lot of guys like they're not financially secure enough to like do it. They can't buy houses and stuff. Like why would they want to start a relationship when they don't have the same things that their father and grandfather easily had fucking 20, 30 years ago or 50 years ago? It's way hard. Our dollar's so devalued. We can't have the same things as before. So that emasculates a guy and makes him not want to do any
And
of
y'all
that
gotta
same shit as
understand,
before.
a lot of guys out here really don't got options like that.
Yeah,
promise
most
you,
guys don't.
Most
That's
guys will
another
not
thing.
divorce you. You know how much of a bitch you gotta be in order for a guy to divorce you? Real talk, because he's losing he's gonna have to give half of his shit to you.
Yeah.
Assuming he's a dumbass and he didn't get a prenup. Like, trust me, you gotta be a crazy bitch for him to want to divorce you.
Yeah.
Or your head just sucks. Like I said earlier, make sure your head's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what about your head? That's what I'm asking. Because first of all, I'm sucking and throating and goating and all this other goddamn shit, and he can't even twiddle a thumb.
Okay.
This is ridiculous.
Whose nuts more important?
Mine? If you try, well, that's ridiculous.
Whose nuts?
Women don't even.
Whose
men
nuts
like
needed
that.
to actually to actually conceive a child?
You know, I could do without the child.
Nah, we're just saying which one's scientifically more.
Hey, you wanna
important.
know how to
It's
piss a
definitely
woman off, bro? Just fuck her and not even nut, but just be like, I'm tired. See how she act.
the guy. Dude.
Okay, he has a point there.
Yeah.
I will say that.
That is a
Yeah,
good one.
watch
bro.
how quick he dips as soon as you don't make him know. All right.
And ladies, I gotta ask, do y'all know what an incel is? Have y'all ever heard that term on the internet?
No.
Incel? Nobody's heard incel before? Never? That's all involuntary celibate. It's a guy online who like can't get girls. Somebody who can't get sex even if they wanted to the most. Like they just can't get it. So 33% of guys right now are in the bracket of 18 to 30 are virgins and or haven't had sex this year. So 1/3 of guys aren't having sex. 1/3 of guys are technically like incels, kind of involuntary celibates. What do y'all think a femcel is? Have y'all Like if you could just guess, since sex is such a big deal to guys, obviously sex is easy for women to get, so it's not even close to the same when we look at those stats. What is the equivalent though? If a guy that can't get sex is insulted by being called an incel, what would a woman be? What's the equivalent?
I'm gonna have to have you come back to me, so I have to hear you.
What do you think the equivalent is? What's a femcel? What's the equivalent of a guy that can't get sex? A woman that can't what?
What? That doesn't want sex?
No. What's the equivalent? It's the equivalent because remember, men and women are not the same. Here, we'll go to you.
Yeah,
what do you think?
go.
I don't know. I was
You don't know?
thinking
What do you
a
think?
woman
He
that
got me
can't get-
thinking.
Wouldn't it be like more emotional?
No.
No.
Here, go ahead.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
I'm
I know. What do you
confused.
think?
Would it be a woman that like wants sex more or something?
No.
No.
Answer just
The,
answer.
the equivalent would be a woman that can't
I
get a
can't keep a man.
relationship. You can't get a relationship.
That's why she's not having sex?
No,
No, that's
I'm
just the
saying the
equivalent of a man
equivalent.
that-
If a guy is a loser and everybody calls him an incel because he cannot get sex if his life depended on it, we make fun of women. I especially make fun of women who can't get relationships because that says something about you.
So is
It
it
says
just-
if you can sit there and fuck a bunch of guys, but none of them will take you seriously, that says something about you.
So it goes back to what I was
Oh.
just saying.
Just like how it says something about a guy if he can't get pussy.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That
just
means
like
he's incompetent.
what I was just saying about what Mike was talking about is guys have different dating strategies. Guys date women date to get sex. Girls date to get a relationship. So the incel of a guy is a guy that can't get sex. What most men are mainly after. For women, theirs is to get a relationship. If they can't get it, they're a femcel.
You gotta understand, the game for me is to
Makes
fuck
sense.
y'all. Once I fuck y'all, now it's up to y'all to keep me.
To
Like,
retain him.
Or to keep any guy that you want or that you find attractive.
How
Now
many
it's up to you
guys? How many times have y'all heard a girl ever say like, "Oh shit, like I couldn't get this guy or he's an asshole or some shit," and we all know you fucked him, but you couldn't get a relationship out of
A
it.
couple.
But you never hear a guy say the same thing in reverse. You never hear a man say that shit.
Because you gotta understand, we're polar opposites. Just think about it from that perspective, that foundation. We are polar opposites. So within dating, we want the opposites from each other.
Yeah.
So just think of it that way.
Men want quantity, women want quality. Like if y'all could, y'all would have the best quality man you can. If you could, you'd have one guy that has the money, takes you on the date, has sex with you, everything. You would have one guy. But sometimes y'all have to have multiple guys. You have to have one guy you sleep with, one guy that takes you on the nice dates, one guy that texts you. Like a lot of girls will be like, I got a roster. It's not a real roster. His roster, or a guy that's a single guy's roster, is literally 5 girls that they're fucking all within like the same week or two. That's a real roster. But women will sit there and think they have a roster, but really they're only having sex with one guy because y'all would like to only have sex with one guy if you can. If you can. Just most women can't today. Most of them have to like
Most
like go
women
fuck with a
don't.
bunch of tricks and fucking like actually be low key prostitutes and have guys pay their bills and shit so then they can fucking still survive, and still have something.
Who these women you speak of?
Oh,
No,
I've been
for real,
seeing all.
Shit,
sis,
we
'cause
have
I'm
them on
like,
our show.
goddamn, I
We have them on our
We have
show
'em on
all
our
the
show.
time who say that they have guys that pay their bills and they just go on dates with them. And it's like, you're a prostitute.
You say you're a prostitute.
That's the same
And
thing
go
as
to,
a
just go
prostitute.
to Miami, you see it all the time. How many times?
Oh, yeah,
have
dude,
y'all been
Miami,
there?
it's
You
like
see those
crazy
old
there.
white guys with a fine ass chick. It's like, how did you get her? It's like, oh, he's
Okay.
paying all her bills and shit.
Let me go to that one super chat really quick before I go to the next question. $2 from Ombre the House. Thank you, bro. Like the video. Get some DMs from your crush. Yes, please. Like the video, guys. Please. And hit the notification bell. Anybody that's coming in, subscribe. Ladies, for the second question, I want to know, what do just average men want from a woman? We're not going to talk about the millionaire guy. We're going to talk about the guy that's an HVAC guy, the electrician, the guy that just makes 40, 50K a year. What does this average guy want from a woman? We're going to start. We'll actually change it up. Let's start on your side this time.
I feel like average man, he would want kind of the same thing. A woman who's loyal, a woman who has their back when they ain't got it like that. Somebody who got them like they mama do.
Because they need more help where they're at.
They need more help where they at. And it's just like, baby, I can't help you. Not right now. Not right now.
What about you?
Men want you to listen. Like
Even the average guy wants you to just
straight
listen.
up, men tell you like, quick, fast. You don't listen. And it's like, it's either you're not listening because they're trying to tell you something, or sometimes, you heard him say something stupid and you didn't really pay him no mind, and now he's mad because he's like, damn, what I was telling you was really important to me, but you just,
That guy's a
shoved it
vagina.
off.
Holy shit. Don't ever take a guy seriously that talks like that, ladies.
Okay.
What about you?
I think that he would just want a partner, somebody to be happy with, somebody to
This
make his dick
is
hard,
me
somebody
over
to.
here.
Probably more of a
Happy,
partner if he's
happy.
broke. If he's broke, yeah,
I
maybe.
mean, I'm just saying. more of a
Maybe, yeah.
partner.
What do you think the average guy wants?
I think it'd be going back to like a partner, going back to having somebody.
Something more
What's with all
equal.
this
No,
partnership,
like-
bro?
like-
If y'all went 50-50 on a bill at a restaurant, you're
Just about to
that's
say.
just the Grand Canyon over there, bro.
What do you mean Grand Canyon? Please
Dry
think
as
about-
hell.
this-
Your coochie's
Elaborate,
going-
elaborate,
Your coochie,
elaborate.
bro. Your coochie is going dry if a dude's like, "Hey,
Can we
we
split the
splitting it?
bill?
I no,
Real
not at
dry.
all.
It's-
Okay,
Well,
okay, bro.
Straight Sahara up in that
Different
shit.
strokes for different folks. That's what we're gonna say.
That's
Let
what
her
I'm
finish- let her finish her
saying.
little
On my
answer.
mom.
Here, go
Okay,
ahead.
no,
Answer,
no,
answer.
going back to that, splitting the bill 50-50.
Keeps coming.
So, I was married for 7, almost 8 years, and you're with your partner, like say, like going back to like, oh, he's an electrician, he's whatever. Wakes up early in the morning, has to go to work. To me, it's like being a señora, being the wife at home, making the lunches, making sure the house is clean, laundry done, all that fun stuff. And whenever, in my
Is
experience,
it really fun?
Is it fun?
She's being sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because I was like,
I mean, it's
Well, no. I'm saying you're being sarcastic, saying it's fun.
But
You should have that mentality.
but splitting the bill 50-50 whenever like you've been married for like so long, there is like 50-50, but like in my experience, financially it's not. You're together, you're one. Yeah, you both go to work, you go get the bag, go get the paycheck, go home, pay bills. You gotta pay for the electricity, pay for the food, like everything.
okay, so somebody breaks in the house, it's 50-50. Oh, it's your turn to go deal with the invader.
I am not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Wait. Hold on. Y'all really just said, hold on. Say you're in bed, okay, and a guy and somebody breaks into the house, okay, and your man looks over at you and he goes, "Hey,
It's over.
Hey, go get the pieces in the drawer. Go handle
do
it.
it. How would,
Call the
hold
cops.
on. How would you feel?
He fucking rolls over and acts like he's still asleep.
How would you feel? I want to know emotionally how that would make you feel if a guy said that to you.
I'm gonna feel very much dominant and not protected at that point. Now, when we get done with this, your ass gotta go.
Yeah, you would be pissed. You would be pissed, right? How would you feel if that happened?
I would be pissed.
You'd be pissed? How would you feel if that happened?
Yeah, you gotta go.
You gotta go. How would you feel if your guy did that? Feel. How would you feel?
Stupid.
Stupid? How would you feel if your guy looked at you and said that?
I would feel like I gotta save both of our asses right now.
Okay, how would you feel? Well, you said you'd do it, so you better say
Bro,
it.
because I'm finna go ahead and do what I gotta do, and then
So-
I'm gonna tell you, yeah, bro. I don't know what's up, but
Okay.
my daddy didn't raise no bitch.
Okay, and how would that make you feel if you had to tell him what to do in that moment? Tell him to get up and go do that shit.
I'm gonna feel like I have a bitch.
You got a bitch? You know what's crazy? That's exactly how men feel when we have to tell women how to be women. And this is what happens all the time today. We always have to tell women what's feminine, what's womanly, or whatever. It's fucking crazy. It happens all the time, though. But a guy, it's just, we know what we're supposed to do. We know that somebody breaks in, we have to go sacrifice our life.
But you
That's
said
how
that
it
we're
always
polar
is.
opposite. So how do y'all know like how we're supposed to be acting? You said we're polar opposite.
Well, because we could still understand what we're attracted to. Like, I can still, if anything, you should listen to me because I can tell you exactly what men want out of you. And then I should listen to women to know exactly what women want out of men. Like, that's like, and it's actually, that's why we look at studies of what women want. And then we could say, oh, women are attracted to tall men. Oh, women are attracted to guys that make 52% more than them. Oh, women like this, 1.68 a shoulder to waist ratio. Like, there's certain things that we can look at and we can say, oh, this is what women like. We
So
definitely
how
have
do
to look at all
people
these things.
end up with people that aren't exactly that. Like me, I was raised by my
Why
dad.
do people settle? Like, what do you mean?
You said that's what you call it? You call it settling?
Well, compromising is the better way of saying it. I don't like saying settling because if you say or if you say settling, it sounds so bad. It's so derogatory. Like, women literally are like, oh, never settle. Like, it's just so like insulting to tell somebody to settle. But it's like, no, just compromise. And like, the biggest thing is most people, I want to say, have an ego. Like, we were talking about egos earlier. Where I don't even want to ask y'all what number y'all think y'all are, but I guarantee you most people will say I'm a 10 at this table.
No.
Well, okay, well then y'all are really honest with yourselves. But for the most part, most people have a big ego and they're like, oh, I'm really better than I am. Women have this reason because it's really easy for y'all to say, like, you're a girl that's a 4 or a 5, overweight, fucking average as fuck. She can still hit up a dude on a dating app or just any other dude, an attractive guy, a guy that's 6'2", a guy that's muscly even. And he will probably still smash. There's a lot of guys that on a cold Thursday will fucking hit anything. So it's like, y'all gotta, what happens is that girl's like, oh, I smashed this guy. It's like a 9 or a 10. Oh, I must be a 9 or a 10. And the next thing you know, especially if you've done that 10 times, you fucked a bunch of like super hardcore chads. You're like, oh, dude, I must be a bad bitch now. Because like, look at all these guys that I can get. They got all this money. Look at all these simps trying to buy me purses. I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah, but if we fuck a lot of men, our value decreases, right?
Yeah, but some women don't think that though. A lot of women today don't give a fuck about their body count, and they fuck it like I guarantee you, all y'all know a girl that got into the 50 or 100 body count. Like, there's tons of women that literally sleep around like it's nothing today. Like, and I totally understand it. After 20, 30 bodies, I bet you don't care anymore, because that we can look at studies to prove that too. That after 20 bodies, you really are not the same emotional person. You really don't have the same feelings for people after that. Like, your chance of a happy marriage is like 13% after 20 bodies. like it's facts that you're not supposed to sleep around. Of course it's going to hurt you. Women release oxytocin when you have an orgasm. So you sit there and keep getting digmatized by the wrong guys. You're sitting there falling in love. Oxytocin's a love chemical. You're sitting there falling deeply in love with the wrong guys over and over again and going through super hard hurt. That's trauma. And guys really give a fuck about the body count thing because that trauma that you go through goes into our kids. And if all we care about is our legacy and having kids one day, we're not going to choose the girl with a 30 body count who has a bunch of trauma, because that goes into my child that I give you. That goes directly into them. It's a huge deal. Oh shit, my bad.
My bad.
The question was, what do you think the average man?
Oh
wants
yeah.
We got on your right side.
Wait.
After Mike.
Oh, after Mike.
So Michelle.
No, Michelle already went too on that one, didn't you? Did you answer that?
Not yet.
What the average guy wants? Oh damn.
No, she hasn't.
What does the average guy want?
It's someone just to hold them down when they're struggling.
Yeah, because they're average.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't want somebody that's going to leave them. What do you think?
I think that an average man wants the same companionship.
The same?
Friend.
Okay, what do you think?
I would think he would want more understanding.
Okay. So I was going to say the answers are all actually exactly what the answers were to the first one, because ironically, even the broke guy still has the same standards as the rich guy. And it sounds fucked up, but that's just how it is. And like, even if he's broke, say you make 20,000 more than him a year or something like that, you need to like treat him in the household like he's the top G. He's the one who actually runs it, even though you actually kind of run it more or something like that. And like, it sucks, but I think that's just the truth. Or you got to be with the guy that, you make, or like he makes 50K and you make 30 or 40 or something.
And
I think those are happy relationships right there.
And it's that way because you have to understand, like, a guy really doesn't want that much from a chick, man. Like, let's keep it 1,000. Like, don't be a hoe, be loyal, be in shape to a degree, right? Be in shape.
Fit, friendly, feminine. Is that what they say? Yeah, fit, friendly, feminine.
Some men do not want a partner. They don't.
Well, you can't make a guy want you can't make a guy want a relationship with you, like, at all. So
when
like,
I say partner, I mean like they don't want someone that they feel like is walking beside them.
Yeah,
they want someone that's walking behind them.
I actually want to fix something about like this word that I've heard like 8 times now on the show is partner. I never want to hear this word again. I want all of y'all to remove this word from your fucking vocabulary. Seriously, no, I'm not kidding, guys. I'm not kidding. The left pushes these terms on us, and it makes it to where people start using these terms all the time, and it confuses people. Like, now everybody thinks they're looking for like literally like a 50-50 partner and shit, and it confuses women. I'm telling you, like, if women understood their hypergamy, like, and I know when I bring up hypergamy and stuff, it might sound like, oh, that means women are like gold diggers or something. It's like, all women are gold diggers. Y'all just all hide the shovel differently. Like, some of them just hide the shovel more than others. And there's nothing wrong with it because it's natural. The reason why y'all are hypergamous is because for hundreds of thousands of years, if y'all had a baby 30,000 years ago out in the wilderness, if that guy wasn't around after he got you pregnant, what happened? Y'all died. You and your baby died.
Food,
Y'all were done.
No, none of that.
Yeah, you're done.
Really
So that's why y'all were so focused on getting a better man than you. Your hypergamy is to keep you and your baby alive. It is designed in your whole body, in your traits, in your DNA, to make sure that you can survive. Because for thousands, I know now today y'all don't need a man to survive at all, but fucking for a long time you did. It's hardwired in you. It's the same for guys. Like, we like, I bring up hypergamy, and that's like something that women always do. This is why I don't get mad at the guys that sleep around a lot. I'm not going to sit there and be like, you're a piece of shit, you're a horrible man. It's just like, I don't know what I would do if I had 30 women throwing themselves at me a week. I don't know what I would personally do. I don't even know if I could handle that. Did y'all know that guys have 17 times the testosterone of a woman? 17 times. And that's directly a link to how horny we are. A direct link. Fucking breeze goes by your dick and you get a boner.
Just imagine. Just think back to your horniest time. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
Think
like
about your horniest time.
2 weeks after your period, whenever y'all are like ovulating or whatever.
Like, when you're at your horniest, that is a dude's baseline, bro. Like y'all
That's
don't,
his base.
like y'all know the Force from Star Wars. Like it's like me wanting to fuck is the Force. Like real talk. Like goddamn. Like that's just how you propagate society. So
How
it's
old are
natural.
you?
Oh well.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
What are you in your late 20s?
He got a beard, so he a little up there.
Nah, he still got a
They don't-
baby face,
they don't
though,
start-
and the
but
way
they
he
don't
be
start growing
talking.
hair.
How old is he?
23.
23.
I said
I'm thinking
23.
25 to 27.
I agree.
Mike, tell him how old you are.
I'm 22.
See, I said that-
I'm
yeah.
older than you?
I agree.
That's crazy.
Nah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. Fit, feminine, friendly, and faithful. Yeah, Ramar, that is it. Let me see those 2 super chats really quick, bro, before I keep going through this. $5 from Umbre. Attractive, successful, and faithful. Yes, you only get to pick 2. The one you don't choose cannot be altered. Do they prefer the man that fixes shit or pays? Okay, yeah. So first question. Attractive, successful, faithful. You can only pick 2, ladies. You have to pick 2 of these. Attractive, successful, or faithful. Here. We'll start with you.
Faithful for sure. Oh,
You have to pick 2 of them. So
faithful and successful.
and successful, so he's gonna be ugly.
We can make it work.
Okay.
You can definitely do your man.
I do the same too.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. You
Yeah, I
take
do
the
the
ugly
same
guy.
too, yeah.
What about you?
Attractive and successful.
Attractive and successful, so you'll take the
She
cheater.
wants the
She wants
Bentley.
the cheater. Yeah, she's gonna cry in the Bentley. She's fine with it. What about you?
Successful and people.
Successful and faithful, so you can be ugly. Okay.
Faithful and attractive.
Faithful and attractive, so you can be broke.
I mean,
Hey, build a
everybody
man.
Hey, everybody has different what is it called? Different
My brokies
things
slide
of
in.
successful. No.
Brokies
no,
slide
no.
in. I got a bunch of
He ain't even
brokies
put our
that watch the
extras in,
show.
so you can't even slide in.
Hey, brokey. Oh yeah.
Hey,
Well,
she said she's fine with having a good man move in with her. So from her
Yeah.
past
No, I
experiences.
didn't say
so.
that. I did not say that.
Hey, you said you had dudes that moved in with you.
that's
all
what
the
I said
time.
my problem was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
we'll see if she ever does it
Yeah.
again. What about you? Attractive, successful, faithful. Pick 2.
Definitely successful and faithful.
Successful and faithful, so you can be ugly. Okay.
Same.
You think if he's
successful
successful,
and
Man,
you think if he's successful,
All
he's
my
gonna be
ugly
faithful?
dudes in chat. I know there's a
Okay,
bunch of y'all.
so
Hit
you
them
think
up.
that everybody that's successful is cheating? That's what we're thinking?
What?
Well, to him, that's what he said.
No, yeah, I'm saying, do you really think if a guy's if it's successful, you think he's really gonna be faithful to you sexually?
Like, is
Yeah,
that
if
really-
I'm
that's what
doing
he
my
means by
job
faithful.
right, I don't have no problems. I'm very confident.
Yeah, you have to understand, man. Like,
What do I need to understand?
What do you think is the best pussy?
Oh, you're gonna tell me some pussy that he ain't tapped in? That's what we're gonna go with?
Yeah, it's new pussy.
That hunter type thing?
Yeah, because
Okay,
you have
all men aren't like that. It's not big enough to.
the
for
man
everyone
that
to
you
think
want
it's
is like that
significant.
though.
Yeah, see, and that's what he's saying. Like, I would agree that there's most men aren't like that because
No,
most
they're
men
not.
don't have the options. But the problem is that if we
You don't want
look,
the normies. You don't want the
most
regular
women
guys.
don't want the normal guy. They want the guy who's the alpha, the guy that all the other girls are messing with, the guy that actually does get a lot of women. So that's where like we get into this little vicious cycle of oh shit, like
Well,
I don't
it's
want
like we
this
talked
normal
about
dude,
the whole
but-
attractive situation. I might think you're a 3 or a 4 when I look at you, but then we're talking and you're really intellectual. You treat me nice, and now you're a 7 or a 10. It's not
Yeah.
about
That's
the
true.
looks.
Yeah, so he
It's
can be
about
ugly.
how you can treat me.
But what
or-
if he's ugly and he's cheating on you? Fuck. How does that make you
Oh,
feel?
that's not happening to me. I don't know how to answer
Barely
that.
making
You're
it
like, I would
ugly.
never be with an ugly dude who's also cheating on me. So he also asked, do they prefer a man that fixes shit or pays to get it fixed?
Fixes it.
Yeah.
I say fix it.
Fix it,
Pays.
pays,
Pays.
pays,
Fixes it.
fixes it.
Either one you gotta do. Get it done.
Just get it done no
Yeah,
matter
just
what,
get it
okay?
done.
You better fix that fucking
Better to
shit.
fix it?
Fix it.
Y'all like fix it? Wow. Huh. I think
Bob the Builder had asked. Let's get it
Okay.
done.
I mean, that's a good one. Hombre of the house is actually the hombre of the house, and that's why he always asks that question. He's very good at fixing everything. $2 from him. I messed up that last super chat. Pardon my grammar. Nah, you're good, bro. I totally understood what you were saying. $2 from Glenn. The champ is here. What's up, Glenn?
Bro, isn't that Rey
Good.
Mysterio from WWE?
No. He's actually trying to set up a wrestling show, so that's pretty ironic that you said that. Is there no other super chats? We're good on that?
No, we're
Okay,
good.
Wait, did you answer what the average guy? Did y'all both answer what the average guy wanted?
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah. Okay. What would you do on the first date to make him know you're very down for him? Like, what do you do on a first date to show a guy that you're really fucking down for this guy? And on the first date, like, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that y'all have to sleep with the guy. Like, if you're the type of girl where you don't like to sleep with a guy on the first date, what do you do to show him that you're really down for him, even though you're not fucking him?
Well, what's considered a date nowadays?
We're gonna say like he takes you out to a full on dinner, like y'all go on a real first date. I mean, what the fuck? I thought that this was an
Yeah,
easy
what the
thing.
fuck?
Why
Let me-
why do
let
you
me
not
tell
know
you.
what a fucking date is? Like,
I
what
mean,
the
because
fuck?
what if he wanted to make me dinner at his house? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's still
Yeah.
a date.
Okay.
Anytime a man is investing his time with you, that is a date.
Yeah.
If he's with you for longer than 20 minutes, it's a date, bro.
Oh, okay. And then I've been on a couple.
Shit.
No.
Shit, really?
What?
Damn.
No.
I didn't know I gotta
Yeah, I
consider
didn't
all
know
those dates. Shit.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
no.
So what would you do? All right, did you already answer? Yeah.
No.
No, go.
So
What would you do on the first date?
What would I do on the first date to show him that? Say it again.
Show him that you're really down for him. You don't, and I'm not saying that y'all can't just say I'd fuck him really good, but if you're not that type of person, you could say
Yeah,
like
if you're smart, you will.
whatever else you would do to lock that guy down or to make him know that you're serious.
Honestly, really, I say maybe if the drinks come or the tab
Man, to
come,
be
you say
honest,
I
you know
can
I
do
was
the,
right, bro.
if I'm gonna say I'm fucking, but that's not something I would do. So I just
Have you ever slept with somebody on the first date?
no, I haven't slept with
Be
nobody
for
at
real.
all. No,
Never.
never in my life.
Never.
Never.
There's never been one guy where like that first day or like you meet a guy at the club. You're like you've never had one of those instances where you met somebody and like just shit starts flowing and going and it just feels right and you just do it.
It wasn't.
You
sex.
just kind of nodded yes and you're like
it wasn't,
no.
it wasn't sex, but it was something that could have led up to sex, you know. But that's just
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Okay.
But honestly, no. But because conversation can't get like that. But nah. Maybe if the drinks come, you can do the tips. Some women don't do the tips. Some women want you to do it all. You know.
You think
it's
that's
some
a good way to
things-
do?
Yeah, some guys have been through a lot, so little things is a lot to them. So you know. What
You
I'm
think
saying?
that? Okay.
See, I think that's pretty dope though. Like
What?
if a guy pays for dinner, like if a chick pays for the tip, I think that's dope.
Yeah,
That's real
that,
dope.
That is different. I wouldn't think that. What about you? What would you do to show that you're really down for this guy on the first date?
I don't know, to be honest, because on the first date, it might go good, but that doesn't mean the second date's gonna go good.
Well, we're gonna say that you're really down. Like this is the type of guy that like if y'all really wanted to, you'd probably just give it to him right then. But if you're not the type, you wouldn't do it. I'm gonna say it's that level of a guy. If any of you are the type of women that have ever had a one night stand,
I would
or
invite
done any
him
of that,
to
it's
my
that type of guy.
house because I feel like as a woman who lives by myself, you don't need to know where I live, and neither do the rest of these people.
Yeah, and
so
if you
if
did
I
that, it
invite
shows
you
special.
over,
Yeah.
you can come over to my house and we can see where things go from there.
That's very special. I would say that that's different. Like I would think a girl actually takes me seriously if that happened on a first date. What do you think? What would you do?
I know actions speak louder than words, but I would kind of tell him like, you know,
Talk to me a bit more.
I'm taking you serious. Should I repeat everything I said?
No, you're
Okay,
you're
yeah, I would tell him like, yeah, I'm taking you serious. You know, probably give him a chance to come to my house, let him see like the intimate me. I have cats. I like to paint. Like that's what you're gonna see. when you
Just
come
show
to my
more about
house.
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. What about you? What would you do to show that you're really down for that guy on the first date?
I mean, it also depends like on like how the conversation's going. Because I mean,
We're gonna say you're really down for this. We're theoretically creating a world where you're really down for this person, though. Like he's a really perfect guy. But you have to show that you also, you appreciate how good of a guy he is. That's the whole point of this question: is how do y'all show that? It's hard.
it's hard. Yeah.
What do you think? How would you show it?
She just got out of jail. I mean, jail cell.
I don't know. I'm not the person to mess around on the first date, but I feel like if I'm really feeling that person,
Would you text right after that and say, "I really had a good time"?
yeah.
That actually says something because sometimes the first text after the date's a weird, awkward moment. Who's gonna send it first?
yeah.
Who's gonna fucking? And I would say like when the girl has like sent me a message like immediately afterwards, it's like damn, she's different because most girls don't do that. So I really feel like a text right after is sometimes a big deal. What about you?
I make plans.
You make
I'll be like, what we doing tomorrow?
That's
what
a good
we doing
one.
Next week.
That's
What
a
we
really good
doing,
one.
You know, oh, I like this restaurant. Let me show you what I like.
that's a really good
That's
one.
what I do.
Yeah. What do you think?
I want to piggyback on Jessica's answers with the tip, but let's just say anything could be a picnic. You bring the food, I bring the wine. Like let's kind of go in on it together. Like okay,
Yeah, but no, but the question is like, how would you lock down a guy on the first date? Like, or not locking down, but how do you show him that you're serious about him on the first date?
mind you, we are already been talking, right?
Well,
On the
yeah,
first
yeah,
date.
yeah, yeah. I mean, to lead up to the first day, maybe y'all talk for 2 weeks or something, texting, or a week or something. Yeah, yeah. Like it's not like you just met a guy, went on a date, and that's it. Yeah, no, y'all definitely like talked a little bit.
Okay, well, I could agree to the text and to confirm, like, yeah, I want to move forward. Like, hey, I had a good
You would
time.
just text right after.
Yeah.
No, those
That's cool.
those are all good things, ladies. I just also, like, don't be like nobody said give him a kiss, but like why the fuck would you not give the guy a kiss and show that you're really
Because
down
it's
for him?
syphilis, AIDS, herpes. Okay, we need to get to know
Jesus
you for real,
Christ.
for real.
Yeah.
So there's
Listen,
this
everybody.
there is this chat though that I want to kind of add one because I think this is a good point here.
What did he say?
He says, from my personal experience, everyone's saying I don't mess around on the first date. Either one hasn't dated in 15 years or two is outright lying. I think there's a third to that. And I kind of want to throw it back to what Lord Julian Throne, shout out to him. He asked this question on the last episode multiple
STD.
times.
That's funny. We were just talking about that.
He asked this multiple times. Have any of you ladies ever dated a man or met a man like that was that guy? Like
a guy that made you just
ultimate
want to
guy.
give up everything to him. Like you were with a guy that you were just like, I will give up my entire life, like Bonnie and Clyde shit. Have y'all ever had a guy that made you just feel that way?
Where you
have
just
you
like,
ever been in a
damn.
relationship like that?
Like you like, damn, this that dude.
Recently I was talking to somebody. I feel like
It was like that.
He that nigga for sure.
Yeah. what about you?
But
The
Have you
quickest
ever
is 7
experienced that?
days. This is a 7-day trial, baby, like the Netflix.
No,
No,
the
I'm
question was the
asking-
first date. What would you
Oh,
what would you do
no.
for the first date? Like,
We're
have
not
you
fucking.
ever had that guy where you're just like, shit, this that dude?
Like you couldn't even control yourself. Have you ever even had an experience with a guy like that?
Yeah, but we're not fucking.
exactly.
Okay, well then I
So
don't
he's
think you've
probably not
ever
that
really.
guy.
Yeah,
He's
you
not
have
that
not
guy.
met that guy. Then I'm telling you, you haven't, because like there's definitely guys out here that make a girl go so fucking crazy she has to fuck him on the first
So
night.
why can't I have self-control, though? That sounds like I don't have self-control
Took
or
the words right out of my
self-respect.
mouth.
That's crazy
It's more
as
about
hell.
that you haven't met the right guy yet, and
So
and
the
the
right
reason why
guy is going to make me
And
drop
there's
my
nothing-
panties in one
There's
day.
nothing
There's
wrong.
nothing
with,
wrong
there's
with
nothing
that.
wrong with that.
it's
Like,
actually
if
very
you-
hard to find a guy that's that caliber. Like it's not an easy thing to find.
So if
Just
you find a guy
find
that checks all the boxes, how long you making him wait?
Yeah, that's the
At
thing.
least 7 days. I need to
Seven-
make sure
a
everything's
whole
okay.
week?
Yes.
for the whole week.
Bruh.
You do understand if he's the guy that checks all the boxes, if you don't give him the box in like a few
Bruh.
days, bro, with a meeting, bro, he's gonna go find another chick.
Okay, well, then that means you're not for me then.
Okay.
Right.
Deuces.
Yeah, he's just gonna be like,
Self-respect, ladies.
Today,
Let's think about that for
Junior.
sure.
Has dated in 15 years or is just outright lying?
Because at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, I have to deal with that pain, not you.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, we're just saying. So, like, what we like to tell women though, like those really high value guys, like I'm talking about guys that just have women throwing themselves at them, like millionaires, really attractive and shit. The only way you win those fights sometimes is either A, you're going to go on dates with him for weeks, whatever, until it's official, and accept that he's fucking other women the whole time. And you're fully going to be aware and accept that. And then maybe when he makes it serious, like you're like, okay, I want you to stop sleeping with the other girls or make some type of arrangements around her, whatever the fuck it is.
That's
It's either
fair.
okay, yeah, it's either that though, or I tell them sleep with them fast, like on the first night, show that you have burning, genuine desire for the man, and then separate yourself from the other women. Most women have sex with the guy and think their pussy's gold, and that's all they got to do, and that's the dumbest thing ever. What you have to do is if you do that, if you do give up the pussy fast, then it's your job to lock him down by showing your value, whether that's helping him with his business, helping him at his house with things he needs to get done, like be complimentary. Like a lot of women are not complimentary today. Like because most people like love is devotion, and a lot of people don't like to devote to other people because you've devoted to somebody and then they took advantage of it, and you're like, I'm never doing that shit again. I'm never like doing favors for people, or like you go tit for tat for shit for the rest of your life. Me and my girlfriend work because we're devoted to each other, and like we constantly do shit for the other person. Constantly, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Nobody has relationships like that today because they get burned one time and they're like, fuck this, I'm not doing it.
yeah, and everything turns transactional at that
Yeah,
point.
and once it's transactional, you're fucked. And every relationship today is fucking transactional. Like so many of them are.
And yeah, we can go on that all day,
Yeah.
Sergio.
Wait, did everybody answer the how to make
It's
them
your
down?
turn.
Yeah.
Like, have they ever had that one guy?
Oh yeah. Have you ever had that one
I
guy?
felt like that I did, but I was young. I ended up losing
Yeah.
my virginity to him, but definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
usually would happen on the
I
first
was
time.
young.
Yeah.
I would say yeah.
Have you ever had a guy like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you ever had a guy that made you feel that way?
Definitely.
Not.
Not?
No.
Okay.
And the sad thing is, like, I really do believe most women have not ever experienced that. So that's why they kind of feel like, oh, every guy that I meet has to come into my frame, and I'm holding out without like sex or a kiss, even a peck on the cheek. Like we've had chicks come on the show literally tell us that shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I might give him a peck on the cheek, and it's like, god damn, he spent all his money on a date, and you ain't even feeling him like that. Like, What the fuck? Like, that
it-
shit's
it
sad,
just
bro.
it like I was telling y'all, there's like two different strategies here. So like whenever it's in my strategy and my dating strategy, and the woman's coming into my frame, she's coming into my rules, into my relationship, like how I want it to be. Like that's the most successful way. Like that's how things were meant to be. Because if I asked all y'all, do y'all want a guy that's faster than you? You want a guy that's taller than you? You want a guy that's stronger than you?
Makes more money.
Yeah, makes more money.
More
You want
competent.
you want a leader. You want that's what y'all want a guy to lead the relationship. You don't want to lead the relationship. But the problem is it's just really hard to find those guys. And then I truly believe, ladies, like a lot of y'all might be masculine sometimes and stuff. I think that if y'all met the right masculine guy, and that's why we're saying most y'all can't even find these guys. If you met the right masculine guy that was fully in his masculine frame, acted super stoic and shit, y'all would fall into your femininity. You would become the perfect woman because you have like there's no resistance. It's like there's every relationship there's resistance, there's help somewhere or something where the guy's feminine in some way, so then you have to step up and be masculine or something. But if you ever had a guy that was that guy, you perfectly fall into it. Like you don't even mean to. It's fucking, that's just how nature works.
We got one more super
Yeah,
chat.
what
here.
is it? $5 from Glenn. Correct answer, she needs to take just the tip, not leave the tip. Glenn, you're funny.
People
Now
outrageous.
what did everybody answer what would you do on the first date or to make the guy very down for you? Yeah, everybody answered that, right? How do you keep a man knowing he will get sex sooner or later without giving him sex? So how do you keep him around for multiple dates and you're not giving him sex, but you know he's getting sex elsewhere? Just like how we were just saying, like that high value guy, you might need to accept he's sleeping with other women. How do you keep him interested in y'all? Like we're gonna say on date 4. How are y'all gonna keep this guy still knowing you're down for him, even though he got lots of options?
Excuse me. It's hard. It's not as
I'll
hard,
give y'all a
but
good tip at the end of this one, but I want to see if y'all have any of y'all's own tips. You don't know what to do? No? What would you do? What's something that you could do on the 4th date to try to show that you're really fucking down for him without having sex?
You gotta do something spontaneous. Gotta keep it spicy.
Maybe suck his dick in the bathroom? I'm just kidding.
Maybe back of the car.
Maybe some weird kinky stuff. Well, let's say we can't do no sexual stuff. I fucked up my own fucking question there. We can't do no sexual stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
no
make out
sexual
session in
stuff.
the back. Y'all can do kissing's okay. You want to do a make out session?
No, that's too boring. I don't know. Do something spicy. Something spicy.
Maybe y'all go to a strip club together.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty
Slap some
spicy actually.
asses.
Yeah, that would be very different. I've never seen that on a date. A fourth date. Girls never made it to the 4th date with me.
I don't know, honestly. I feel like my answer would be boring, but just to get to know him, like what are his passions, goals, like, and just kind of really
Trying to
know
get deeper into him.
deeper into him as a person, you know, because men, they want to, like, they hide their emotions, you know.
He
So
might
just
appreciate
try
telling
to-
his life story or something like that. Somebody finally
Yeah.
asking about who he is and why he is that way.
Right.
Yeah, no. What would you do like on that 4th date, but not sexually, but to, get him to know you're really down for him?
I mean, it's just going back to like, to like what their interests are, and then you plan the date around.
Oh, but
like,
yeah,
what the
definitely
interest-
researching what they're interested in. That is a good
Because-
one though.
Because nowadays, like, I feel like a lot of the guys have to plan the dates, and it's always usually the same thing: go out to dinner, go out to eat, like do something like different, like an arcade or like a game or anything like that. Just
Try to keep it spicy in
yeah.
that way, just different. What about you?
I don't know. I would let him be vulnerable with me. Like, just get to know each other on a deeper level.
He hasn't even fucked you yet, but he wants to cry.
Yeah, he needs to. Yes, and then he'll feel more comfortable coming to me about those things.
I don't know. Well, I don't know about that one. We'll see. What about
I'm
you?
either cooking that man what he likes to eat,
Ooh.
or I'm giving him a ticket to his favorite rapper, singer, whatever it is he like to do. You and your homies go have fun. See you later.
That's a really good one. I gotta say, for like a 4th one to show you're serious, like gifts or anything like that. Yeah, that's a good. Like, what do you think?
Let's go be spontaneous. Do some life or death crazy shit. Let's jump out of the
That's what I'm
plane.
talking about.
Oh, no.
That's
what I'm
cool.
talking about.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking is like maybe like a short trip, guys, like where you maybe not sleep, like have sex with each other, but you still go somewhere and spend like a whole night together. And like, but you don't have sex, but you still spend a whole night together. Also, jump hugs, like little things like that is something that you
What's
would
a
never
jump hug?
like where you
Nigga,
jump
you
into the
get-
guy's arms, like just fucking like showing like passion without fucking them. Like there's ways that you can flirt and show passion without actually having a dick in you. Like there's a lot of little things like the jump hug that just makes a guy be like, oh man, she really likes me. Like what the fuck?
Oh,
Like,
like
I
kissing
never-
him on the cheek.
Yeah, just
Okay.
you could show affection in many ways. It's not just with y'all's vaginas.
I got a question though, Sergio.
Yeah, what's up?
For the men out there though, like I know we were steering this conversation away from sex, but would you recommend men to still date a woman if he still has not gotten a box yet?
No,
By the fourth
no,
date?
Four
no,
dates is
and
crazy.
no, and
Yeah,
ladies. So
'cause I
this
think
is
that shit
this
is
is what I'm talking
crazy.
about. How like we're on two different strategies. Like the strategy I would give y'all is to protect y'all from having a high body count. The strategy I would give men is to make sure that they have a woman that has burning, genuine desire for them and is really fucking down like some Bonnie and Clyde shit. And so like that's why it's really hard for me to give advice to women sometimes because it's really hard to say, you know what, you shouldn't sleep with a guy, but at the same time, that's what makes the guy know that you're really fucking down for him. That's why we're having this whole conversation of how do you make a guy know that you're really down for him, but while making him wait 4 dates? Because I've never in my life waited 4 dates, ladies, ever. If a girl makes me go on 2 dates and I don't get anything, we don't go on a third date.
Facts.
Because you obviously don't like me like every one of these other girls that fucked me really quick.
Yeah,
and it's a fact too. It's not even like you're making all those faces, but I'm telling you, it's a fact. I'm telling you as a guy that's literally experienced it and had girls act obsessive or act really down for me and stuff. And then the girls that made me wait and stuff, I did let a girl make me wait like over a month once. Waiting, it's never worth the wait. Anytime a woman makes you wait, it's never been worth the wait for me.
She made other. Bro, she was not waiting with.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you usually end up finding out that she'll end up admitting to you that, oh, I don't do that anymore because something happened in the past. Can I let this other guy? That makes me even more like, oh, really? Fuck you. Like, I'm really not gonna fuck. Yeah, you're alpha widowed like that. You definitely miss that guy more than even me if you're gonna make me wait. Like, fuck you. I'm done.
What
It's
was
just
that, Mike?
yeah. What are you gonna say, Mike?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, listen. If y'all are smart, y'all take my advice and fuck on the first date. But if y'all don't want to, that's cool. That's cool. I get it.
I used to actually give that advice every episode, but I stopped doing it because.
Listen, that's not a topic of discussion.
He ain't in a relationship.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm a man of
alright.
God.
He's looking out for himself. Okay,
Oh my God,
ladies?
listen. If y'all don't want to fuck on the first date, that's cool. Like some guys will think you're a hoe, but I mean, it is what it is. But the thing is like if I'm not waiting 4 dates. Most guys, the guy that you want, the guy who's a baller and shit like that, you think he's waiting 4 days?
Okay,
The guy
so
the guy
let's
that
say
makes
the
y'all
girl
coochie
fucks
wet.
you on the first night, and then y'all talking, and you say, "So how's your body count looking like?" And she say it's 42.
Bro.
You still fucking with her? You still putting a ring on
You'd
that?
be smart not to tell me.
Yeah.
And first of all,
women are really stupid if they actually get out there like shit. The only time I ever get a woman to tell me the truth is because I finesse it out of her, like by like being like friendly with her and shit, and like acting like it's no big deal,
take that shit
and then
to the
they
grave with
accidentally
you.
say it.
Take that
But
shit to
for the
grave
most
with you.
part, like yeah, I don't.
Take it to the grave.
I wouldn't ever just plainly like ask girl, hey, what's your body count? No, it's like you have to like finesse it out of them to get the truth.
yeah.
Like,
So
you
we
can't-
have to lie.
Because you're never
You
gonna
should
tell.
lie. Yeah, you're
Listen.
fucking. You're honestly not very smart if you tell a guy your body
I'm
count.
never gonna ask because
You're
you're
not
never
a
gonna
smart
tell me the
person.
truth anyways.
And like we assume you are gonna lie anyways.
if
Like,
you say
like,
seven,
literally,
bro.
if you say 5 but you act like 15, or like you say 5 but your Instagram says 30, like there's certain things that just prove that might not be true. And here's the thing, I know some girls that are fucking stunning, like I'm talking straight 10s, and they're beautiful girls, but because of their Instagrams, because of where they work and shit like that, guys will perceive them as hoes. Like you get judged by like a book, you judge a cover. Like it's just what happens. Like everybody does it. I will be judged. Like if I went somewhere and I was dressed like a dumbass or something, like women would be like, oh, he's a fucking loser. I'm not taking him seriously. Like everybody's judged by our cover, and like most women accidentally shoot themselves in the foot all the time and like make themselves look like a hoe, and they might not even be a hoe. Like, what if she has a 2 body count and like every guy thinks she's a hoe because of what she posts or like what she does? She's always out with the girls or always drinking. It's just like she could literally be the best girl ever, but nobody's gonna believe it.
If she says some dumb shit like 2, I'm timesing it by 5. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm
times
telling
it by 5.
and like y'all gotta also understand, like I was saying earlier, guys lie about everything. Like we will do whatever it takes to get pussy, especially today because it's like really hard for some dudes. They'll do whatever it takes. So a guy will sit there and be like, "Oh, I love that you're a hoe," or "I love that you do this," or "I love all this stuff," and the whole time he has you in the fuck only category. Like we have 2 categories for women. We have relationship and possibly marriage, and we have fuck only. And the crazy thing is like the guy that puts you in the relationship category and the guy that puts you in the fuck only category, we act, look, talk, everything the exact same. We say all the exact same shit, so you'll never be able to tell the difference between the 2.
So what is the guy that's going through my phone putting me as, but won't show me his?
A guy will still like a guy will like go through your phone and go through all that stuff because he's just trying to see if you are able to be put in the relationship. And if he's doing all that stuff, I would say it's already not like that. Like he's just insecure. I would say that he's also very insecure because he's not getting sex from any other girls. He has no options. So he's probably a loser. Like honestly, I'm guessing this is a guy that's not very valuable.
If you're dating your dream guy, do you even want to know? Like, do you even want to go through his DMs? Like,
Yeah.
If you go through my phone, I definitely want to see what's in
okay,
your
but
phone.
it's different though. Your job's not to be a hoe. If he's the guy, if he's really that guy, he's gonna fuck other chicks. It is what it is. But if I'm fucking another
we're
bitch,
not the
it's just a
same.
handshake. You know what I'm saying? Is your goal to be? Are you a hoe? I'm just a quick question.
No.
Because
Okay, exactly.
when a woman sleeps around and a man sleeps around, it's two completely different
Yeah.
things. Like it's two completely different
If you
things.
sleep with a guy, there's emotion attached to it. But
Yeah.
but if I sleep with a different girl, right? I can go back to my other girl and go sleep with her at night.
It doesn't
like
mean
a-
anything to
it
us.
does-
If you're in a relationship with somebody and you started talking, like if you wanted to cheat, you would start emotionally cheating before. You would already be texting the guy, already just building up emotions with a whole nother man before you even cheat.
I guess then I'm an emotional cheater then. I never consider myself a cheater, but if that's emotionally cheating, then probably.
Well, like if you did that before breaking up with the guy and then you ended up sleeping with that person that you were talking to, then yeah, that was emotionally like that's just cheating, period. But I'm saying you usually emotionally cheat first. Whereas guys, if he goes and fucks that girl, he comes back to his girl. It doesn't mean nothing. Like he still loves his wife, he still loves his girlfriend that he lives with, he still loves his kids, his family, and everything the same. A woman though, she's in love. She's not. She may not be in love with the other guy, but she's falling. She's like she's emotionally already disattached from her man. She's fully done with him, and she's going all the way into another person. Guys are not the same.
If you were truly in love with a guy, like legit, other guys would be invisible to you. Literally,
Yeah.
you're not going about your day.
They
You're not gonna
do
look
be
at other
until your
guys.
man's not treating you right, and I feel like that's fair to say. If I've been in love
Yeah.
with you, treating you right, and then you just keep on fucking up or doing this wrong or treating me like you're a complete asshole, then it's fair to say that yeah, if I started talking to someone and they're giving me the emotional stuff that I need, then yeah, I took advantage of that.
Yeah, well, so there's two reasons why women cheat. There's two different strategies. Shout out to Dr. David Buss who talks about it in this book. But like there's mate switching strategy and then there's dual mating strategy. Dual mating strategy is where like we can look at statistics and 1% of births, the guys aren't the father of it. So that's like a woman going and having sex with another guy, but she has a boyfriend or a husband and she has the baby and maybe the guy never finds out for 18 years. Like you read about this shit on Reddit all the time and online and stuff. And like it's a rare thing, but I mean there's 230,000 births a year, so that's 23,000 men that experience this. Or no, there's 2.3 million births a year, so that's 23,000 men that go through this every year. That have this dual mating issue that happens. It like the pool boy. Like the rich guy who has the mansion and everything, but he's always gone, and she fucks the pool boy and has his and has his baby. You know, the other way that women cheat is mate switching. This is whenever the man loses his job. He's not doing as good financially. He's not giving enough time. He's a loser now. He's not going to the gym. He's fat. He's abusive. He's all these things. A woman will mate switch. She will go into another guy. She might not choose that guy to be a new relationship, but she's at least getting her foot out the door so then she can leave and possibly go to another man afterwards, or at least just monkey branch out of there. Get out of that situation because it's a toxic, bad situation for her. And that's usually when cheating happens. But normally I would say most women don't fucking cheat. When they're attached, a woman doesn't want to cheat. Like it's what he's saying. No, all other men are invisible when you're truly in love with a guy. And the problem is like a lot of y'all accept these beta ass dudes and these guys that are simps and just give you whatever the fuck you want, and you think that's what you want, but that's not what you fucking want. The next thing you know, months later, a year later, you're like, well, he's not treating me the way I want. He's not giving me the time, or he's not buying me things, whatever the fuck it is. It's like you never really liked the guy in the first place. Like you never really did. You sit there and went on multiple dates to try to actually just find a simp. The problem today is a lot of women just like there's so many guys simping. Y'all think that that's normal, and it's not normal. The real guys that y'all really like, he doesn't have to simp for you at all. Like you're coming into his frame. You're chasing him.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes that's a problem. I like a alpha. I do.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I know my problem is I probably like alphas that are not, they're alphas, but they're not really in my level. Like, I'm doing better than them. So I end up taking care of them. Or
They're
being
not
there
an
for
alpha
them.
if you're doing better than them.
So what are they if they act like alphas?
They don't act like alphas. Just because he's a Tyrone that gets a lot of pussy doesn't mean he's an alpha. Like you gotta understand, there's a lot of guys that get a lot of pussy, but they're broke. Like they're like that's very common. And if you're that girl that just keeps going back to the broke guy that gets all the bitches, you're just kind of dumb. You're just kind of keep going back to like you're just dickmatized. Like you're just doing the same thing as all the other girls on his rotation. Like
You're going into this build a man.
Yeah,
type
you're
of
trying to do
approach.
the build a man thing, which is why we keep telling y'all don't do that shit. And the only time women do that, like I said, you just want the power. You just want to go into something where like you have control. You can walk away at the end of the night. You can go and you're okay and it's not going to hurt you. because but the guys that like you really want, oh, it's gonna hurt. You gotta invest yourself a lot, and if he leaves, it's gonna fucking hurt really bad.
Yeah.
But but most of y'all don't even get to that point where you can give a guy all that. After you've been damaged so many times, it's fucking hard. I wouldn't want to do it either if I fucking did that for 6 guys. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna do it for 7th. Fuck you.
Yeah, just like the guy who gets a lot of pussy but doesn't have money. It goes the same way. If a guy has a shit ton of money but he has no game, you're not attracted to him.
And ladies, like back to the body count thing, like we hate these guys that do this, and we always hate on women who sleep around a lot. It's all about respect. Like, do you respect anybody if it's easy for them to like? You don't respect people when it's easy. It's easy for y'all to get sex. It's not respected. The reason why we keep respecting these guys is because it's very hard for them to get up to that point. Right? Unless they're like a football player or something crazy, it's hard for him to get sex. It took him years to get up to that income or whatever he's at for him to be able to do that shit. So he gets a lot of respect. You don't. It's a shit. Like, the world's sexist. We just gotta accept it. I don't get skipped on at the club. I don't get to get on yachts at 20. Fucking sucks.
So I can tell you exactly what the problem is. Like, because oftentimes you brought up like a guy being an asshole, or like you're showing signs that you were never really feeling them from the jump. You're making them wait for sex and all this other shit because basically you're having a guy walk into your frame, even physically going into your frame, such as even moving in with you. Like, a dude should never ever fucking move in with this girl, because at that point she's in the fucking leadership role. You're now in her frame.
Well, I was raised by my father for probably the most important parts of my life. Like, my mom raised me from birth to 12, and then my dad raised me from the rest of that time until I graduated. So I feel like, a lot of that time I was raised more in a masculine than I should have been feminine.
Yeah. And like that happened, but what sucks is like it's actually better for you to be raised in like a single father household, because like it actually ends up working out better statistically. Like a lot of kids are better when they come from a single father than a single mother household. So I feel like it's actually an advantage that you have. You just need to learn how to put down some of that masculine stuff. But I guarantee you actually know a lot. You just like you're actually in a better position than most women though. Like there's a lot of women that didn't have any male role models at all, and they don't know how to treat men at all because they didn't have any fathers or brothers or cousins or anything like that. That's a big reason why I do this show, is because a lot of women don't have that today. And what do you need? You need a guy to help you discern, because y'all weren't designed to discern how good of a man is.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
So what would you call the type of guys that are still sticking around, going on dates even without the sex? This is like week 2, 3, 4. Like,
So
like it sounds fucked up, but they're simps, okay? And that's why I actually wanted to bring up with you. I wanted to ask, what do y'all think a simp is? Yeah. So what do you think a simp is? I want to ask everybody else first, because it's usually way different than what I say.
A simp as a male.
It's just a male.
No. I'm asking. I'm rephrasing the question. You said a simp, right?
Yeah.
It's really hard. I don't know how to find it.
What do you think a simp is?
A man that doesn't get a lot of pussy, and he's willing to do and say whatever and stick around just to get it.
He's just willing to do much, like too much.
Yes.
What about you?
I guess the same thing. I don't really know. Someone who's just willing to be there for you, I guess, more emotionally.
Yeah. That's a good one.
The sex,
Okay. Yeah.
I would say someone that's like blowing up your phone every second of every day just to get your attention.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Like,
that's pretty simpy.
Texting, Snapchatting, Instagram, like everything.
Pretty simpy. Yep.
No boundaries.
No boundaries.
No self-respect.
No self-esteem. No self-respect. Yeah.
Definitely the no boundaries, but probably someone that, like, I could call you a bitch and it wouldn't be nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't mean nothing to them. Yeah.
Stop being a bitch and come on.
I think a simp is a person who is like attached to your emotions. I wouldn't even say a man who waiting on you or waiting after 4 days is a simp. Like, I know somebody who done waited 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's all up to that man, because a lot of men done had a lot of ass. So by the time they got to you, they don't even want that no more. Sometimes a man sees who you are as a woman and don't even want to, cross that line. But that's just like certain women, certain men. Everybody's not like that.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, okay. I wanted to just piggyback on that because I agree. It was hard for me to answer with the initial question of him waiting and calling that a simp versus a man. Well, I think a man that simp is, he's too much into his emotions. But to answer that, I couldn't say that for that type of situation. Like, I don't think he's in his emotions for that.
I got to peel a layer back on this. You said that he waited for 4 months, but he's not a simp because he got girls in the past.
No, I'm not saying that he's a simp
Because,
he got.
but one of the examples that you had said is like that guy could have got a bunch in the past and he's just chilling now, right? Right?
Yeah.
That would never happen. A
That's
guy
what I
that gets a
was
lot in the
wondering.
past, he's gonna keep getting a lot. He's just not gonna calm down. Like there's no such thing as a guy that has a habit of getting a bunch of bitches and he just stops.
Did he kind of
There's
like
no
friend-
such thing as that. Like there's really no such thing. I have tons of friends that are those type of guys, like very successful men in Dallas. They don't get locked down, ladies. Like these guys are going to have rotations for the rest of their life, or they're gonna have a harem of like 3 or 4 wives. Like that's the future. That's what's happening now.
Is
I
that
think they have to
Like
live
that's
for
literally
that.
what's coming in the
is
future.
that the type of guy that kind of like just friend zoned you? Like,
What do you
okay, like flirts with you, but still only friend zones you. Like he knows that you're not gonna do it, so he kind of just only calls you and hooks up with you when he wants to show you. Remember last time I was like show you off type of dudes, like come on, let's go here, let's go there, because he knows that.
See me like that's just a guy that's like simping too. Like I think that he doesn't. The problem is like guys are really smart, ladies. They will brag to y'all sometimes about getting girls or say certain things, and they might not even get women. But they do it because they understand pre-selection and they understand it's more attractive if you're a guy who gets girls. So they might even lie to y'all and say like, yeah, I'm the type of guy I get bitches all the time and I get girls all the time. So they might not even be that guy. Like they sit there and act like all that, but they're taking you on fucking dates and they're never getting anything from you. They're lying. Like I guarantee you, they're probably tricks actually,
Like,
and they do get pussy, but they pay for it. So
Like,
it's
don't
just
even
like it's
say
not
that.
even the same. What?
No.
Don't be telling me what type of bitches you're getting. Like,
Yeah.
like we're not even like
We
no,
don't
that's
care.
not even the conversation.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to tell you if you're
Yeah.
out. Like, let's say you're
Yeah.
going out to dinner with him, right? You're gonna see when other bitches are looking at him, right? Or if the waitress, right? If it's a girl, you're gonna see how she's reacting
Well,
towards.
I'm just confused
It's
because she
passive.
had like said that
It's
like
attracted to
like
you,
what
it's
if he has
passive.
like 40 bodies or like what if like you were saying like he says he likes to show off women or something like that. It's like no, like he's seriously just a trick or a simp because if he would not waste his time with a woman unless like he was getting sex if he easily always got it. Like, most guys do not get sex, even the rich guys, even the guys that make the millionaires. There's tons of millionaires that pay for box all day long, like all day long. That's all they do, and they're proud of it too. Fucking tricks. But yeah, I need to define what a simp is really quick, and to add on to that, a simp or a trick is somebody that's just is a simp that hasn't got to the point where he's tricking yet. Just so y'all know. So if y'all ever meet a guy that's a hardcore simp, he's probably a trick or he just hasn't got to the point where he's tricking yet, but he's going to. But a simp is somebody that just has an unequal exchange of value. So that means that I take you on, if I take a girl on 2 or 3 dates and I'm getting nothing in return, no kiss, no type of like affection, no type of showing that you're really into me, that is I'm simping at that point because I'm seeing they're paying for dinner, giving all this value and getting nothing in return. That is simping at that point. Now, and so it's I'm trying to think of like a better example of that. But yeah, it's just anytime it's unequal exchange.
Yeah. So like you all I'm very sure each one of you ladies have a bunch of dudes in y'all's DMs right now, liking all your photos, sending.
Oh
you
yeah, that's my
DMs,
examples I
shit
always like to
that.
give. Yeah.
That's simping too.
Okay, so like I get roasted on the internet. People hate me when I say this shit, but I literally believe liking a picture is simping. I literally tell guys all the time, don't even fucking like their pictures because it's giving validation. It's giving. I believe a guy should protect his money, energy, attention, and time. Is me. His money, energy, attention, and time. And my energy, attention, and time is even like liking a picture. I'm giving energy. I'm giving my time. I'm giving my attention to this fucking picture. That doesn't mean it. I'm not gonna fuck her just because I liked her picture. She's not like, oh my god, he liked my picture. I'm DMing him now. Come get my pussy. No, it's stupid. It's literally stupid. A guy that does that is a simp. So if y'all ever have a guy or a boyfriend and he's the type where he just likes a million girls' pictures all the time or he follows a bunch of OnlyFans on, those are simps.
You hear that out there,
Huge,
simps.
huge, massive simps. I would say most of the guys that y'all talk to are like even, or anything like that. Most of them are fucking massive simps. And I would say also every guy is a simp until they learn. Every guy, because Disney and society teaches us to give women so much, all these blue pill beta cucks, they just keep giving women whatever the fuck they want. Like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Women are fucking always supposed to be taken care of in this way. But y'all aren't traditional. So in reality, like, we shouldn't be taking care of y'all the same way. Like, if it was 50, 60, 70 years ago when women were virgins and traditional women, like, yeah, I'd understand it. But it's not like that anymore. Like, guys are sitting here giving the whole world to women that don't deserve shit. I'm not saying it's y'all, but some of them are giving that shit to fucking women with 100 body counts and they're OnlyFans models, Like, shit's fucked up. It's not okay. Now we defined a simp. Oh, dude, I gotta ask them if they rather have the simp or the pimp. Would you rather be with a guy? Would you rather be with a guy that's a part-time pimp? So that means that maybe once a year when he goes on a business trip, he happens to sleep with a girl, and you're never gonna hear about it. Like you're never going to. It's just he went to a bar. The girl, like they went to a hotel, they fucked, and that was it. He comes home, he never talks to that girl again. It was just she was just a hoe. Would you rather be with that guy or a guy who simps year round? That means every day he's sending $10 to a girl if they ask for it. He's fucking commenting,
Subscribing to OnlyFans.
subscribing to OnlyFans. Like he's a professional simp. Like this guy will simp all day long for all types of other women. Would you rather be with the guy that's a full-time simp or a part-time pimp?
Pimp, because I'm a friend on his ass. Like, no.
What pimp?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna have to say pimp.
Yeah,
I guess a pimp.
it's a pimp.
Yeah, I'm gonna say pimp.
Pimp.
Okay, so who's fucking, the pimp or the simp?
No, the simp's not fucking. He's just sending out a lot of stuff. He's never fucking any of these girls. None of them. There's a lot of girls he's sending money to, and he's texting, and he's liking their pictures and stuff. But he's not fucking any of them.
He's giving them resources.
And your part-time pimp, he doesn't do nothing wrong except once a year, he just happened to fuck a girl with a condom.
Oh, you said with the condom.
Yeah, with a
with a
condom. It's a nice,
condom.
clean thing. Yeah. So yeah. So what would you choose though?
Today, Junior.
Her morality is shocked right now.
Bro, because I'm like, damn, I've been with both, so I don't even know what to say.
Oh man, if y'all have ever been with a simp like that, that's really sad, guys. Y'all got to run from those type of guys. It's like I'm telling you because they're low key tricks when they do that shit. It's a habit. Once you sit there and you give validation that much, it's gonna lead to fucking becoming a trick. Like what do you think if you had to choose between those two?
I really say a pimp.
A pimp?
Yeah, because
It's
you
hard.
don't. Yeah, it's
It's
like
hard
it's
to
it's
say.
really hard because I
Yeah.
like a man who is I don't want
Charismatic?
My nigga, yeah, I don't want my nigga really fucking nobody.
Yeah, because what a loser. What kind of guy does that
You
shit and
know.
gives out all of his energy and his money and his
Yeah.
attention for nothing? It's a guy with no self-esteem, a guy who doesn't respect himself. And that's why, and it's also because y'all really give a fuck about a guy's money, energy, attention, and time, because if he's working all the time, you better be spending time with me.
Yeah.
If you're spending money, you're sending $10 to these girls, that's our savings for our kids and our future. Like that's my money because because when guys make money, it's our money. So like y'all really give a fuck about a guy who simps like that. It's a big. That's why women break up with their boyfriends for fucking liking girls' pictures and shit like that. There's some girls that will fucking be like, "Fuck you, like you ain't even doing that." Like
Yeah, that's corny.
yeah, it's corny, and it's way better to be with the guy that just might sleep with somebody, but you'll never know about it.
Wouldn't all the ladies agree
like
at the
a-
table that you would rather share a winner than have a loser all to yourself?
Yeah, would y'all rather share a guy that's a winner, that's a badass, or be with the fucking loser that nobody
These are
wants?
terrible options,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey, sadly,
Oh
that's the
my
options
God.
today.
It's terrible
Sadly, that's the
choices.
options today.
That's
It
the world.
sucks.
That's the world we live in.
This is
That's
why
what
I
we
just
live
date
in.
myself.
I don't like to
This is
share,
terrible.
so I'll take
Yeah.
one. He'll be my.
Nah, but y'all
loser.
got to pick though. Y'all got to pick at the table. Would you rather share a winner or have a loser all to yourself?
What's a loser?
Yeah, what's a loser?
We're gonna
I
say
don't
a
know.
loser. A guy makes average man today is overweight. Makes $48,000 or $42,000 a year. Short, 5'8". You know,
I say loser.
average.
It can get better.
take the loser?
It can get better
Exactly.
in time.
Yeah, he can go to the gym and get rid of that belly, right?
I
Which one-
said,
oh, yeah.
yeah.
No. What do you think, Michelle?
I would do neither, but if I had to choose a winner.
The alpha.
I would say loser.
Oh, the faithful beta.
Loser, yeah.
Faithful beta.
You read the question one more time.
Would you rather be with the faithful loser or the alpha that fucks around? Or the alpha that's a winner?
I have to choose.
Yeah,
I'll do the beta.
the beta.
Loser.
The loser.
Yeah.
Ladies, I gotta
And she
ask.
said, hey, real quick, she said she wouldn't choose. So what's the middle? What's in between that? Because you do know a guy who's average is still gonna cheat on you, right?
So all men cheat.
I've
That's
never
what I'm
had it.
saying.
I've never
Yes.
had it.
Well,
Yeah,
it's more about
that's
just
what they're saying.
prepare. I think that every person should prepare for it.
Like real quick, ladies,
Like,
y'all do
definitely.
realize when a guy watches porn, he is cheating, right?
That's cheating.
Yes, because
So we can't watch porn
real
together
quick,
and
real
it
quick,
be
check
okay.
this out. Check this
Right.
out. Check this out. Check this out. A guy who's average, right? He'll cheat on you, right? If a guy's watching porn, he is cheating on you because
Then
if he-
I'm a straight
because,
cheater.
because if he had the options to go cheat, he would do it, but he doesn't. He just watches porn and whacks off. He's still none to that other girl, right? Because guys want variety. He just can't go out and actually do it in real life because he's just the average guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I wanted to ask y'all really quick. Who do y'all think is the prize, the man or the woman?
For me, I'm the prize. But I always say, a man, you supposed to think the same way. If you feel like you the prize, you gonna be the prize. But I know I'm the prize. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna say like in general in the relationship though, like not like how you see yourself or anything, but like
Woman.
in a relationship, who should be the prize for the relationship to be successful?
I feel like the woman should be, but it's like you can't do it like that because both of y'all mean something.
Okay. What do you think?
In this generation, probably the man.
What do you think?
Both.
Both. What do you think?
I'm say both.
What do you think?
Both.
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 Ladies, if there was an island with 100 men and an island with 100 women, the island with 100 men had one woman. The island with 100 women has one man. If we come back to it in 10 years, which one's gonna have a higher population?
The women is needed. I feel like women is needed though.
The one with 100 women and one man.
Well, the man was
The one with 100 women and one man is going to have way more kids
Yeah.
than the
Yeah.
one that had 100 men and one woman. Okay, so who creates more life?
The man.
Men create more life. Okay, and then who puts the ring on your finger?
The man.
The man does. Okay,
Whose
What
last
is-
name do you take?
whose last name you take? The man. Okay, who? What is needed in society? What is something that is everywhere, no matter what? Masculinity. Even women have to be masculine today. Okay, so when you find a good masculine strong man, he is the prize, period. And there's no like it's 50-50 or any of that. No, he's the prize and you have to chase him. It actually goes perfectly into my next question that I was about to ask. But yeah, if he's the prize, y'all have to find a way to go into that man's frame because he's the one who's going to be making the rules. He's the one that y'all really want. Yeah.
Real quick, let me just go around the table real quick.
Yeah.
What do y'all ladies think is more common? A successful guy or beautiful women?
Oh yeah, that was
We
my
can
other
start-
steel man
we
on
can
that.
start.
Go.
It's more. I think it's both.
No, you gotta pick
It's
one.
equal.
You gotta pick one. No,
Yeah.
no.
Because it's a lot of things getting done with our women in this generation. So it's a lot of bad.
There's a lot of like
women. it's
boobs
a lot-
getting
we don't
done
know
and
the
all that stuff.
statistics, so let's just answer
But it's
The
a
question.
simple question. It's just a
Yeah,
simple
it's a
question.
simple question.
But
though.
it
If
don't
they're more
even have to be
successful men,
statistics.
We don't know the
It don't even have to be
statistics. We answered it
statistics
already.
though.
I say it's like
So the question was who's more rare, a successful men or beautiful women?
because we know there's probably only 10 to 5% of men that are
That's
considered
where it go a
actually
little bit
successful men. Okay, the
Right.
top 5 to 10%. So how many women are beautiful women? Is there more beautiful women?
Then there are successful men.
Yes.
yes, but I still have my
Yeah.
buzz behind it.
Beautiful women.
Beautiful woman.
Beautiful women.
Beautiful women.
Say the question one more time.
Is there more beautiful women or successful men?
Definitely beautiful women.
Beautiful women.
Yeah, and that's why once again the man is the prize because there's less of them. It's simple
Supply
math.
and supply and
It's
demand
simple
is
supply and demand. If there's and I always say on the show and I'm not saying like good as in like actual good, but what y'all consider good, there's very few good men. There's a shit ton of good women. That's why dating's really fucking hard. There's a shit like from what y'all consider good, there's very small amount. My next question is really good. That goes into okay. How do you flirt with a man to signal him to come ask you out? Like, say y'all see one of these guys that is one of these high value guys. Do you just go up to him? How do you signal if you're going to try to get him to come and talk to you? Do you go and talk to them? What I like to say is that sometimes the guy that's the prize, you have to go get him. Like, say, like you see a guy and you've always seen that he's a relationship guy. Like you've seen him for 5 or 6 years, you've known him, and he was in a really good relationship for 3 years. Then he got in another really good relationship. You see that the bitches he was with before were fucking crazy. You kind of have to go and pursue that guy because he's obviously a relationship type. He's not the type to just stay single all the time. What usually ends up happening is y'all chase the single guys and think that y'all can make them into relationship people, and that's just silly. But yeah, for you, what? How do you flirt with a man to signal him to ask you out, or what? Or would you just go and ask him out?
Oh, I just kind of do the look.
You do the look.
I do the look.
Right on.
Yeah, eye contact is a really big deal. I really think eye contact, like making good direct eye contact, is a really big deal.
I do eye contact.
Yep, good job.
I guess if I had to say eye contact.
Man, y'all are lame.
I would say eye contact for sure. If you're feeling really ballsy, just walk up to him, give him a compliment. Say instead of saying like, "Hey, I like your shirt, I like your shoes," try to find something in common with. Like compliment like his hair or his eyes, because I mean,
That's actually really good because guys never get
yeah,
compliments.
guys never get.
I guarantee you, he'd be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" That's the first time I heard one of those in
it's
3 years.
It's all about the riz.
No, I'm serious. Yeah, that's some riz right there. How would you flirt with a man to signal him to come ask you out?
If I want him, I'm gonna go after
You're just
him.
gonna go?
Yeah.
That's good. No, seriously, it's
Yeah.
like my girlfriend pursued me. Honestly, like I honestly really believe that that's how shit works perfectly
see that.
sometimes. Like I don't know why, but it does.
I'm
What about
going
you?
to crack a joke because if you can make them giggle, you can make them balls jiggle. You heard me?
How do you flirt with a man to signal him?
Like contact, eye contact.
Eye contact?
Yeah, you can be. It depends on the person. I can be bold sometimes, but it's depending on the person if I want them like that. So.
Okay. Now, where do you go to find a high value man?
I say to the best lunch hour places in a perfect area. That's what I say.
You think
know.
you think successful guys are going to eat lunch at places?
Like lunch hour.
Okay.
Restaurants. At
I'm
the
just.
bar.
I mean,
To
I
be
don't know.
specific.
Yeah, I don't know. What
I
about
don't
you?
know. That's my problem. I don't know.
It's really hard to find them, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody sits in their house on their phone today. It's hard to, even if they were successful, where the fuck do they go?
Networking events.
Good job,
You know,
Michelle.
just events and social events in Dallas.
Good job, Michelle. You know what's up.
Oh yeah, he's been asked that question. Ask that question.
Yeah, we're about to in a second.
I mean, like I'm gonna piggyback off Michelle. I mean, like museums, art galleries,
Thinking outside the
anything-
box.
Yeah, and like any, I want to say touristy areas, but I mean, like those kind of places.
Okay. What do you
I
think?
was gonna say go golfing.
Go golfing?
Somewhere, yeah, something.
So something that I actually learned from a woman who's a female dating coach. She actually taught me a really good one, and she said go to male dominated spaces. That would be considered a male dominated space. Also, ironically, this sounds weird, but like Hooters. It's male
I love
it's a male
Hooters.
it's a male dominated space. The problem is a lot of women go to clubs or go to places where there's a bunch of other women,
Yeah.
and then y'all lose leverage in those places because there's so much competition there. Whereas if you go somewhere where it's a male dominated space and there's way more men there, then you're the prize because there's so few women there. That makes sense. So yeah, golfing's genius.
Well, I prefer bombshells over Hooters.
Yeah.
But if we're not going to bombshells, I definitely like bowling. I like a little competition.
That's good. Yeah.
Can you repeat the question for me?
Where do you find a high value guy?
Like back to what Kay was saying, a high end restaurant, maybe a bar. Like believe it or not, it be those top men. They be at lunch on them lunch hours, doing their business, taking their time, on the phone. They're somewhere. They're out. Them bars, they be having them.
If you want the tricks, just pull up at the Ritz Carlton.
and at the steakhouses, yeah.
Yeah. No, I would say, ladies, it's like what Michelle said. I give a lot of advice for the networking events, like definitely networking events, political events, charity events. Fucking really good spots to go to. Hopefully, we'll be having a lot going to over this next year, and I'll DM y'all whenever we do something like that, so y'all can have opportunity to go to events like that. But that's like honestly the place where you're gonna find a guy on his purpose. I don't think there's a lot of guys on their purpose that go to those type of things and are charitable or whatever, So I think that's the place where you find most guys that aren't like fuck boys, I guess you could say, or narcissistic. What was
Yeah,
it?
let's get these.
Yeah.
super chats.
That's what I was gonna do. Let me see those. Glenn with the 5. Correct answer. She needs to take just the tip, not leave the tip.
We see that.
$2 from Glenn. Put some respect on my name. Always do, Glenn. What you mean? J Bow the vet. Question. Ask ladies, have they been on a date with a man when the man had to spend no money?
I have.
You have? Have you? We'll start on this side. Have
Oh.
you? Have you gone on a date where the guy didn't have to spend no money?
Was it like you talking about a first date, second date, third date?
Doesn't matter.
I think he just says a date, period.
Oh yeah, I done took somebody out on a
You
date.
simp.
I didn't take
Nah.
my ex on a date.
You
Shut up.
damn simp.
A picnic, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I guess a picnic's not that bad. That's not that. I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, simp. Yeah, simp.
Yes.
What? Why are we Sims?
Yes.
Dude,
No,
I have
like-
never had a girl ever take me out
So,
to eat in my
You're
entire
lying.
life. I
You're in a
swear.
relationship now.
I don't. Yeah, but she's never taken me out and paid for dinner.
You're missing
you
out.
What?
For real?
No, because
So
I
she
don't.
doesn't massage your feet
I am
either?
not. Well, yeah, no, she does stuff for me, but doesn't take me out to dinner and pay for it. Like that is the most. Like that, I'm a man. I'm supposed to pay for that fucking meal.
So I can't pay for your dinner?
No, like she
That's
should never.
crazy.
She
But
should
that's gonna make her
never do
stand
that.
out. But that's gonna
No,
make her
it's
stand
just.
out.
It's
That's
just.
gonna make her
It's
stand
just
out.
it's
It's
disrespectful.
disrespectful.
Yes, because what
Please
I
elaborate. How is it disrespectful?
because how much I make in an hour versus how much she makes in an hour.
What if I make more than you? Does it really matter?
Trust me, that's not the case. But even if it was the case, I wouldn't be with a woman in that case. Like I would not even be with a woman that makes even close to me. I'm not ever going. I would never choose a woman that has that much pride in her career, like makes that much money and like cares that much about money, because I want her to care about nothing but my kids, my legacy, like what I'm building. Like you need to be coming and building my kingdom with me. Like I'm the one who's leading this. Like it's not gonna, I'm not gonna, like, don't get me wrong, I would help her with any side hustles that she has. I'm literally putting her through nursing school right now just as a backup plan. So then if we ever broke up, she has a career to go to. But for the most part, no, I don't give a fuck about any of that. Like she's helping me with building my empire. Like this is the problem today is a lot of women think that, oh, we can both build our own empires, our own business or something. No, it doesn't. That's not how shit works. That's not how anything has ever worked perfectly. It always works when two people work fully together and complementary to help each other in their deficiencies. You can't sit there and be like, I can also be awesome at hustling and making money and doing these things. No, I destroy my girl at making money. I destroy her. She could never come close to me at making money. Ever. And so, like, because of that, yes, I'm going to pay every fucking bill. I'm going to pay for every fucking dinner. Because it's like, if she pays for it, it's like that's 10 hours of life that she just paid for.
So she
It's
can't
1
ever
hour of
just
my
out
life.
of love and the things that you've done
She
for her
can
take
buy
you
me.
out for the date.
She can buy me amazing. She buys me amazing birthday gifts, amazing Christmas gifts, amazing Valentine's Day stuff. It's Father's Day's coming up. She's gonna give me a great Father's Day gift, I'm sure. She shows her love in those ways, and sometimes it's not even a fucking thing that she buys. She makes things for me. She made me a scrapbook like a year or two ago. Like she makes things. She's a very creative girl. She crochets. She's made me all types of crocheted things. Like yeah, I don't really care about the money shit. I don't.
So you
fucking
feel
care.
like women should not take their men on dates?
I think that a guy that allows that, that's a problem. I don't think that a guy should ever fucking allow for a woman to ever pay for that. I'd say it's a red flag.
Ideally,
It's an instant red flag if he allows that. It shows that he's weak in multiple ways.
I was gonna say,
Oh
ideally,
God, girl, that was my thought
you
process.
kind of expect, or ideally, a date is your man paying for it. But sometimes, out of appreciation for a woman, could be like, "Babe, I got it." Like,
Exactly.
Right.
it's not an ongoing thing, but it could be like, "I got this time, babe." Like,
Like I said, I mean, don't get me wrong. If this guy's like, if y'all are going through some type of struggle and like y'all need help financially and like he needs your help, but even then, in those situations, like it's still a red flag in my eyes. Like, bro, you still can't even just afford this dinner.
no, I said appreciation.
Yeah.
Like, it could be a sign of like, "Babe, I got it this time." Like, don't worry.
And that's fine. Like if y'all want to, like he was saying, he would like if a woman like covered like the tip or something like that. Yeah, y'all can do stuff like that, but I just personally don't push it. I'm never going to tell guys to act that way. I'm never going to tell women to accept that. It's not right. That's all I say. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong. Y'all want to do it or something, go for it. But it's not right. It's not
So
going to
would
make
you
the
consider
relationship
yourself sexist?
I think the world is sexist. Yes, I am very sexist. Everybody is sexist. The whole world is sexist. Like this is the huge problem today. Like everybody's like, oh, these double standards. Yeah, that's how the world works. There's a lot of double standards. Like I'm not sitting here trying to tell you there isn't double standards. There's a shit ton of them, and we have to accept them. That is reality. I look. What's so crazy is like a lot of people like to shoot the messenger. I just tell people stats. I just tell people how it is, and I get fucking. Everybody hates me for it. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm just telling you
might
how
not
it
like
really
the
is.
delivery, but it's facts.
Yeah.
So-
Hey, my
so
delivery's
she-
getting better.
So she was on her way home, from work, or you at home, and she calls like, "Hey, babe, I'm about to stop by this drive-through. You want anything?" You
I
wouldn't
mean,
let her
she'll
bring you
never do
nothing?
that.
She'll
She would
never do
never
that.
do that. But like, no, like if she did, yeah, I would love for her to do it. But
Oh, okay.
she doesn't like to drive. She's a passenger princess, so I always drive. I always go get the food or
I'm
always
saying
go do anything.
hypothetical.
Yeah. But like, I'm just saying, like the way that my whole life is set up, and any girl that I'm ever with, she's put in a position where that's never a fucking option, like in the slightest. And I really think that's the problem today. Like, there's so much equality. There's so much of like women trying to be equal and things and stuff. That's why it's all fucked up. You know how hard it is to like sit there and decide every little thing, like vote over every little decision of a day.
Can
Like
I
it's
ask you a
ridiculous.
question?
Yeah.
Does one woman satisfy you?
Yeah, definitely. Because like the thing is, you need to have a woman that is the right woman for you, like as far as looks. So a lot of guys end up choosing women that are ugly, or they fucking like they're settling because it's just like the pussy that they can get. I chose a really beautiful. Like whenever I chose my girl, I chose her because she was very beautiful and perfect to me. Like she's a 10. Like she's model status in my eyes, and like I feel very blessed to have her. So no, I don't think that I have those type of needs, because most guys are with ugly girls, and like so they're gonna like end up.
Well, I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about like emotionally. All that. All one woman can satisfy you, because you seem like a lot.
Even
He
being a
said-
man.
What's your sign?
I don't believe in signs.
Okay, so you're not gonna
No.
tell us?
No, I don't. No,
Okay,
I don't
see,
believe
that's
in
that
signs.
shit.
Yeah, no, they're not real. But no, I really don't. No, I'm definitely satisfied by my one woman. Like I don't think shit. Like she has 3 personalities by herself. Like what do you mean? Like I don't. Like it would be a pain in the ass to have to deal with more than just one, especially like certain types of women, like my
So
girl.
you like crazy women?
I
Okay,
mean,
so humor me.
I like
What's your
women that are
sign?
crazy for me.
Okay.
I need to know. When's your birthday?
Man, what's your sign?
See, he don't
So-
want to answer.
Hold on,
So,
hold on,
hold on, I got
hold on.
something.
Hold on. What's your sign?
Capricorn, the best sign.
What's your sign?
Oh, Pisces pushing P.
What's your sign?
Libra.
What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
What's your sign?
Cancer.
What's your sign?
Capricorn. And what's the
Okay,
curly
based
hair
off of
sign?
what they all said and personality and stuff, what am I?
Just tell us.
Guess it. No, guess.
I'm saying Gemini.
Yeah, you got
Gemini?
Bro, he's a water sign. He's
You got a
toxic.
lot of Gemini.
What do you think?
You're a water sign.
I know, but tell me like an exact one.
can't
She says
pinpoint
Gemini, but just
one.
say one. Just say one.
Maybe a Scorpio or a
A Scorpio?
Pisces.
Say
What do you think?
Leo.
Everybody tell me what y'all think.
I'm
I
not a
said
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Anybody else have a guess?
A Leo.
Leo, lioness, Leo,
Or
oh
an
God.
Aries.
Well, I
Aries.
really can't believe like the Scorpio people got it, but yes, I am a Scorpio.
Oh my God! I knew it. You're
I
a
know, right?
Scorpio. You're a
He is a
Scorpio,
fucking
bro. You're a
Scorpio.
Scorpio. I've dated too many. You're not shit.
Low key, the way he's talking, yeah. The
My ex was a
delivery.
Scorpio. Yes, he's
Lord
that
have
shit, y'all. Just so y'all know.
But what is his?
Hey, really? I'm a Scorpio though.
Sergio,
Is that
hit him
really
with
your,
it.
your sign?
I'm actually an Aquarius.
Aquarius?
But you knew, right?
That's that shit, bro.
But you knew, right?
Water sign. You act like a water sign. You do.
I'm just saying, man. Every time they fall for that one. It's such an easy one.
What is he though? He didn't answer. He never asked.
Oh, you
Yeah,
asked
for
him?
real.
What's
No.
his
I have no idea. Like
When's your
legit, I
birthday?
have no idea.
No, I really want y'all to like not use those things though. You realize how like inaccurate that is? Like they have done studies to like literally try to see if there's any similarity in like this type of shit. There's
Ooh,
none.
people are
Scientists, universities, literally like I think what Cambridge did one. Like they're literally have tested all of this to see if there's any type of
So are you more faith than logic, or are you more logic than faith?
I'm extremely logical, but at the
Okay.
same time, I like one of the parts of this show. I haven't brought up one verse tonight because I guess I'm being too nice to y'all. But usually my show has a lot of me bringing up a lot of Jesus and a lot of Bible and a lot of Ephesians and a lot of Second Corinthians, a lot of verses that go back to how to Proverbs, like how to have good relationships and stuff. A lot of what I believe and what I preach and everything that I do, it all has a Bible basis to all of it. Almost all of it does. But I don't like to sit there and talk about it. I like to be way more secular. Actually, shout out to Zuby. He just said this on Ruslan, who's a very popular Christian YouTuber's podcast, like yesterday. And even Zuby, he's a huge rapper, massive influence on Twitter. I think he has like 2 million followers on Twitter, something like that. Massive dude. And he even said, because Ruslan asked him, he's like, "You're a very strong Christian. Why don't you have it in your profile, in your bio? Like, why don't you,
I did
like-
see
like-
you share something.
yeah." And he was like, "Well, I don't do anything like that because if I did that, I would be separating myself from other people that I want to change and bring to Christ one day." And that's what I truly believe too. I don't sit there and lead with Christ in everything that I do, because if I did, I could instantly be judged for it. And like say like an atheist or a Hindu or something may instantly be like, "Oh, I don't like that." Whereas like when a true Christian leads people by being Christ-like. Like you're supposed to just act like a Christian, and people would want to become Christians by seeing how you are and who the type of person that you are and how you act and how much servitude you have, how much gratitude you have. All those things are what make people want to become Christians. Not sitting there telling them you're gonna go to hell and you're a fucking heathen and all this. No, that's stupid. Like that's not what makes people fucking love Jesus or love Christ. Like that's not what's gonna change people. It's a really fucked up thing today that like people think that Christianity is somebody that doesn't cuss or goes to church every Sunday and stuff. It's way deeper than all that fucking shit. Most people seriously haven't read the Bible. And if all y'all haven't really, y'all should go on YouTube and go watch Bible Project. Go and type in Bible Project on YouTube and watch it from start to finish. It shows the entire Bible with all of the context of it. The problem today that nobody understands the context. If you read certain books of the Bible, you wouldn't even understand it. You'd be like, "Well, that's fucking stupid. I'm done." But if you hear the context of it, why Paul wrote those things, why he was in jail, what was going on, all the context around it, you're like, "Oh, this makes fucking sense. That's why that. Oh, that's why he did this. Oh, that's why King Solomon did that." It all makes perfect sense when you see the context. And those videos are awesome. It's only like 7 or 8 minutes long to see a whole book of the Bible. So go check out Bible Project, guys. So everybody who's watching too, y'all need to fucking check it out as well. I want to ask now, or was there another chat, or that was it, right?
Yeah, that was it.
How do you, or would you rather attract a high quality man or a high value man? Okay, so a high quality man, we could say he makes 30, 40K a year, but he's faithful. He's a high quality guy. He's gonna treat you right, respect you, love you, all those corny things. All right. Would you want that guy or the high value man? Who he's not gonna be very quality. He's gonna sleep around and stuff, but he's high value. He puts you in the Bentley. Which one?
High quality.
High quality.
I don't know. That's a tough question for me.
That was a good one.
That's a tough question for me. I'm gonna have to go with the lower one.
Yeah, the high quality, happiness.
Yes.
You're like, I'd be happy in the Bentley.
Right. I don't know. That is hard. I don't know. High value?
High value,
I don't know.
Quantity.
quantity,
High quality.
high quality,
Yeah.
high quality.
It depends.
Talk to the mic.
It depends.
It depends on what. You gotta choose. She's so nervous.
Damn. I guess right now I'd go ahead and go for the dude that's finna spend that cash.
Oh, she wants the Bentley, not you.
High quality.
High quality.
Yeah.
Hey, there's unicorns out here, ladies. You can get both. It's just very rare.
And Sergio, do you think part of like maybe a girl's age might also have to do with their choice? For
Yes.
example,
Yes.
usually a 23-year-old making $40,000 is actually pretty damn fucking good.
Yep.
You know, if someone that young, however, someone in their 30s that's already established and been working at the same job for let's say 7+ years, they're probably making upward of like let's say 60, 75K.
Yep.
You know, like they can be in complete different parts of their life.
Yep.
You know. Do you think that will probably have something to do with like their answers as well?
Yeah, no, like that's definitely what it is. Like a lot of y'all are at different points in your life, and whenever you get to a certain point, you're gonna complete swap on that shit. Like I think a lot of women like you said quality still, but I
Mhm.
think that you really just would like a guy that's actually valuable.
No,
because
I've been
to-
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
so okay.
I've been there. I did
Well,
that. Big houses, cars, businesses.
See, I mean, yeah,
all
that's
that.
crazy. I feel like most women want the valuable because usually, well, you already have kids.
I wasn't happy.
Yeah, but you already have kids, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why that's a big determining factor though,
Mhm.
because the women that don't have kids yet, sometimes picking the high quality man may mean that you can't fucking decide to have kids anytime soon because y'all too broke to do it.
Hmm.
At least with the high value man, at least you're gonna have a legacy, like you're gonna possibly have a family, you know. And look what happened. You did start your family, and it was because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's a blessing that came from the valuable guy, not the quality guy.
I do tell my daughter to go for high quality men though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I would say high quality is the best to go for if you're going to be happy, but it's based off of how much the woman sleeps around. If she keeps her body count down and keeps herself from getting alpha widowed, y'all got to understand, ladies, it's really easy to get alpha widowed. So what that means is, say, like the guy that took you on the really good trips or dicked you down really good or something like that, took you on the best dates, gave you some type of experience that no other guy can give you, he can alpha widow you and make it to where nobody can reach up to that point. So you never want to date all these normie guys because you're trying to live up to this experience that you had this one time or twice or two times, and you got to be careful. That's the problem with sleeping around. If you keep your body count at say 4 and then you go and meet a guy and well, this is a bad example. The way I like to give a sample is, say like my girl has like 15 or 20 bodies, okay, and each one of those guys was a 5'6" fucking little dorky fucking weirdo, okay, and I'm a 6 foot tall jack dude. I'm not gonna be worried about being the best guy because I'm obviously way better than all the guys in her past. It's easy to be her alpha. It's easy to be her alpha that she looks up to because all the guys from her past were lame. But say she has a 5 body count and 4 of them are NFL players or NBA forwards. You know, like we're like you're competing with that then. So it's even harder to be with that kind of woman. So it's not even about like sometimes the body count, but it's kind of about the quality of men that you're getting that body count from. So like you can tell her, you know, only go for quality, but tell her she'll be able to accept the quality guy that makes 40 or 50K, the lower her body count is, the less guys she goes and fucks around. Because she goes on Tinder or goes on a dating app and experiences that millionaire with the R8 or the Lambo or any of that shit, it pulls her par up here.
But how do young people date like that? Everything is about social media and internet and swipe left. So
Not
how
for everybody.
really?
Yeah, no, I really don't think it's about
all
everybody.
the people that I've dated, I've never dated them off
On
the internet.
social media?
I met
No.
in person. All in
Really?
person. Yeah.
I hear I hear that a lot of
That's
people
some horny
meet
motherfuckers.
online.
Well, so like some of y'all know, I'm totally against online dating. I'm 1,000% it. Like I hate
The
online
internet
dating.
is fake.
Yeah, it's all fake. And you gotta understand there's no connection to the person. So say like you go meet a guy on Tinder or on Bumble or something like that. There's nothing connecting y'all. There's just that app. So say he fucks you over, you fuck him over. Nobody knows. In a community, if you meet people through a church or through fucking your friend group or anything like that, there is risk. There is a possibility of screwing somebody over, and then somebody finds out, or there's some type of like accountability there.
Right.
There's no accountability in online dating.
Right.
So that's why the guys don't give a fuck, and some women don't give a fuck either.
No, that's
Like
why
it's
they
just
say
there's just
whatever.
it's just straight savagery
Mm.
all over it. Like there's no reason to be online at all. And anybody who's doing it, it's because it's the path of least resistance. It's easy. It's so easy to sit there on your phone and on your couch. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying they're horny.
Yeah. Or they're just horny. Yeah, it's just easy. I mean, some women get on there not even to have sex. Yeah, I'm sure y'all have done this, or y'all know a girl who's gone on there just to DM people for attention, like just to have somebody to like talk to, because it's just nice having fucking attention sometimes. Some simp to fucking talk to or send you money or some stupid shit. What was this next one? Would you be? Let's skip that one. What? This is a pretty good one. I'm not saying this is first date or anything like that, but what sexual move would you do to lock down a high value guy? Like I guess y'all have to reveal like any of y'all sexual secrets here if y'all have a Gluck Gluck 3000 or anything.
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
What would you do to lock down sexually? Like you gotta do something sexually to lock them in. We could say this is months in or whatever the fuck y'all want to believe to make yourself feel better.
Say whatever the fuck you want to believe. It's
Whatever
funny.
makes you feel like
This
y'all
guy funny.
aren't doing anything bad.
I'm not the freakiest, so maybe I ain't got this side of me exposed yet. But just really give him the goods. It's like me locking him down, because that's to me like.
Oh man,
So
y'all
you
need
mean
to
you
get
don't
some
do it
fruit.
like you
What's
starfish or what?
Yeah, you just start fishing for him.
What
Like
you
what?
mean?
You just lay down and just do
starfish.
nothing.
I'm dead.
No.
That's funny as fuck.
And I get what I'm saying. I'm saying me giving it to him. Period is I think me locking him in. Like what I do is what I do, but like
Why do women
What do
say
you do?
this
What is
so
that?
often?
What do you
Like,
do?
why do y'all
I
think
said
that
I'm not
just
the
your
freakiest,
vagina is
so-
gold?
What that mean?
I don't think.
Why
I
do you
don't
think
really
your
think-
vagina's gold? Why do you think that that's all it takes? Like that's like the whole
body
prize.
count
right
gotta
there?
be low.
It's gold. I don't even know how to explain it. It's
the way you
gold.
work
It is from my reviews, so it's like me giving you the.
Fuck, they
I'm
putting
not
Yelp
giving
reviews
you
on
this.
your ass.
I'm
or some
dead.
shit?
You putting Yelp
I
reviews.
even know your reviews, but the response I have got for the ones I have gave it to, it's like everybody.
I
Can't
just
get
want you
this.
to know. I'm guarantee you what they said to you. I say it to every girl too.
But everybody can't get this, so they got me feeling like.
I was just saying, like,
yeah.
I say some really dumb shit sometimes after I hit to make sure I get to hit again. What about you though? Like, what would you do sexually to lock in
Slap
that
a
guy?
nigga, and I'm just playing.
That's pretty.
I'm aggressive. I'm really aggressive in the bed.
So you'd be very- yeah.
I'm really aggressive. In
You'd
the
be
bed,
memorable.
So, yeah.
What
You're
would
trying to choke me up, bro?
What would you do sexually to lock him in?
I don't
If you starfish, it's
know.
okay. It's
I don't
all
really-
good.
Yeah, you gotta do
I don't
something
know.
crazy.
Well, I don't.
Suck his
I
toes?
don't mess with men, so I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
really say
You
that.
like
Well, we'll say
women?
women.
I do.
We'll-
yeah.
We'll say like,
Happy
what would you do to
Pride
lock in a
Month.
woman?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Huh?
What would you lock in a woman with? How would you lock down a woman?
Oh, I'm not gonna say that.
Come
but
on, give us the
I'm-
secret.
I'm strapping her.
Oh,
I'm throwing it down. Yeah.
damn.
What? How many inches you got?
Whatever you want.
Oh,
okay.
damn.
Come through.
I'm insecure now. Just kidding.
I'm dead.
What about you? What sexual thing do you do to lock down a high value guy?
I mean, aggression for one, because I mean,
All
when you're in your bedroom, that's when you're the most vulnerable. So, I mean, you got to show vulnerability either way, and obviously,
maybe,
deadhead.
maybe be a sub.
Yeah,
Like be
And
super
then-
vulnerable.
and then deadhead.
Okay. Yeah. Good head, definitely. What about you?
I would maybe ask him what his fantasy is.
Let's get ready to
Singing
do
Mariah
fantasy.
Carey.
We can do- I mean, some people have
Well,
different fantasies.
If
like,
a
okay,
dude asked you to peg him, would you do it?
Oh no, that ain't happening.
Wait,
I'm
what is
sorry.
pegging?
You fucking the dude. You asked her what size.
Oh,
strap.
oh,
Yeah, you
oh.
asked me what size strap. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. What about you?
For me, yeah, I don't like to suck dick, so I'm finna make sure, your soul is gone.
Oh, you do like to suck dick?
No, I don't, but if I do and I'm trying to lock you down for you,
You gotta do the best you can do.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
if you don't like it, that means you're not good at it.
we not
just say-
talking no more to your ass.
you
See,
just say you
we
don't like to
done,
do-
we done.
You just say you don't like to do
Just
it.
because
That
I
means
don't
you're not
like
good
it don't mean I don't know what to do.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. What about
He
you?
said we'll see.
Yeah. What do you think?
I like earplay. I don't know if y'all
Earplay.
Okay.
Oh, you sing?
That's different.
No,
Oh.
nigga.
No,
dumb.
earplay. I don't. It's all up to you. And
Oh, like
that's why
pillow
I say
talking.
Earplay. It's like you're
tell 'em
eating
what
out
to
somebody's
do.
ear. You're looking out their ear.
Yeah,
It
that's
depends
not
on if
what-
they have a. That's why I say
He,
you know.
he better had fucking
You have a
cleaned them
clean ear.
motherfuckers
See, that's what
before.
I'm saying. You have to know your person that you're doing. You can't do ear
That's
licking
the
all off the
first.
first. You can't do that off the first. It has to be
Man.
somebody that you're comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? That
Bro,
they are
I would
clean
never-
inside and out. It's
I
all up
can't
to
see
you.
a man
You ain't
letting somebody
going.
lick his ear.
Oh,
They go
definitely let
crazy.
you do
She's
it.
Oh,
like-
this right
crazy.
here.
Really?
They
It's
be
gonna
going
come
crazy.
real damn.
I might have to try that. I might have to try that.
But I'm not saying stick your whole tongue in their ear and go stupid. So
Bruh.
play with it, look around it, whispering and talking
Ugh.
stuff.
I think it's a high
It's all
side
up
too.
to
It's like
Ooh.
ASMR.
Yeah, a little ASMR. Just
A little
to tell you.
ASMR.
Niggas love
Bruh,
ASMR.
I don't know if y'all remember this as kids, but y'all know what a wet willy is? I fucking hated that
Ew.
shit. Why
Yeah,
do
there
I
was-
want somebody tongue in my ear? Like, that shit is...
You'll hate a
Okay.
wet willy, but you'll love some ear play.
Hell no.
Hell
You
yeah.
will love some
Hell
ear play
yeah.
for the right person.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
some men like their
Yeah.
nipples sucked on. So
Okay, this
Oh, that's
is-
like a
I'm just
simp.
This
saying.
is
That's
yeah, he's definitely gay. All right, ladies, if you had no vagina, how would you keep a man around? Yeah, if something just happened, your vagina disappeared, and your husband, you still got to keep him around. What do you do?
We got the mouth.
You got
Oh
the
God,
mouth?
throat goat.
Okay,
Oh my
okay.
God.
What do you?
I mean, you might give some underarm and some throat. And,
Throat?
What's
yeah.
an underarm?
Underarm,
Yeah,
what the
Some boob.
You guys are
action.
teaching me so many new things.
I know. I'm literally about to go home on Pornhub and type in underarm. What about you?
I mean, I got feet.
You got feet?
You know,
That's it?
feet and a mouth. You know, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, boobs and mouth.
Boobs and mouth?
Yeah, whatever else is available that he likes.
So like anal.
Whatever else is available
Okay.
that
Okay,
he likes.
okay, anal.
What you
What
like?
about-
What you
you
want?
say anal?
Underarm, the
You say
boob, the
anal?
butt?
Yeah, what do you think?
Get you out.
What do you think?
That's my bad.
Yeah.
Feet and mouth. That's like
Wow,
you said,
y'all
yeah.
really just like reduced yourselves to a series
That's what
of
I'm saying.
holes.
Like,
Yeah.
y'all, one of y'all, not one of
There's
y'all.
a lot of
Wait,
other
wait,
things
wait,
that
wait.
y'all could have
Not,
said.
not one of y'all said, oh, not one of y'all said, oh, I can be a good girlfriend. Yo,
I didn't
'cause
say
that-
anything.
Because here's the
Honestly, I
thing.
thought
Here's
we
the
said
thing.
sexual.
You just gotta make yourself now replaceable. Like,
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, because I said if you had no vagina, how would you keep a man around?
You
I
cook
never
his
said.
favorite food.
I never technically said that it had to be sexual, but y'all all reduced yourselves to just some holes. Y'all were the ones who said that y'all
I
were just
didn't
a bunch
say
of holes.
anything.
That's all I'm saying.
Yo,
I know how horny
Sex
y'all
already.
men are.
I got a question.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, go right ahead, Mike.
No, I was gonna ask, like, what makes y'all special then? Like, what makes you ladies stand out from other chicks to lock down a high value guy that you want?
I feel like you being you, like
Nah, what does that mean?
No. I want to know what
What's
makes
the
you
whole thing?
special, and you being you doesn't make you special. Like, what's a special trait that's different from all the other girls?
everything. I feel like a lot of things.
What is
got
everything?
me.
He said, "What is it?"
My drive, independent.
Like a sexual
We
drive
don't
or
like
ambitious?
independence. I don't want to hear that answer again,
Well,
ladies. Ugh.
I'm not needy. Like I hear a lot of that. A lot of girls are beggars or just kind of like
Nagging.
get whatever they want the money. Like I don't. I want to like you for you. Like I don't want that to ever come off like the high
Good talk,
value.
question.
Okay. But yeah, I think it's a lot of things. I can keep on going down the list.
I just want the most special thing.
Personality.
Personality.
I have a vibe. I'm a whole ass
Oh,
vibe.
God, too.
I'm a whole ass vibe.
Okay. What about you?
I would say I'm not very high maintenance. I mean, I can be, but I'm not.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah.
high maintenance. Yeah.
What do you think? What makes you special?
I would say I'm very open minded.
Very open-minded. Okay, so she'll lick your butt.
Wait,
guys.
open mind,
Oh no!
open minded. Would you delete your Instagram for your guy
Yeah.
that you really like?
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Okay.
Controlling.
That's pretty open-minded.
Oh,
What about you?
Submissive. To the
Submissive.
right person, yeah.
Submissive.
I'll get in the kitchen.
You'll get in the kitchen. Okay. What would you do?
I'm sorry. Repeat the question.
What was it again? What makes you special, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes you
Better
special?
than
Or-
sex.
Personality, vibe, the drive that you have for like what you do for a living, and just a drive for yourself.
Okay. Well, I really want y'all to understand. Sometimes personality, anything that's work related, sometimes it's just none of it, guys.
Sucks.
It's
I'm
really
just
about
like-
the feminine. It's really about the feminine energy and like nurturing. Like a guy really, I can't express to y'all how much like it's a big deal when a guy gives his last name to somebody, when he gives his genetics to somebody. Like it's all a really big deal. So like showing how nurturing you are, or just how caring and loving and just like feminine you are, that shit goes miles. Like barely any of these answers were like like super hyper feminine type of answers, and like, but that's all a guy really gives a fuck about. I'm telling y'all.
I
Like-
said
And the guy that you
submissive,
want
but
doesn't
Yeah,
care
yeah,
about
yeah,
I'm
your
getting in the
feelings.
kitchen.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
said that.
yeah.
But that's
Kitchen's
part of my
good.
vibe. That's
Yeah.
part of my vibe.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
you know,
If it's
like,
like that, then yeah. That's fine.
Personality, just doing whatever.
So
Um,
you know what I think is crazy
Yeah, but if you have a
too?
personality you can't cook or you
What's
can't
crazy?
clean, then
Yeah, here.
So
here.
what's
Go ahead.
crazy? So the cooking, the cleaning, personality, these things, I think it's okay to just mention those things. But why are those things never mentioned as far as the things you can bring to the table before sex? If it's real, if your personality is so good, if your vibe is so good. And then my second part of this question is, not one of you ladies even mentioned loyalty, which should be the number one thing a man wants.
Is being
Remember,
submissive not
like,
being loyal?
hold on one second. No, they're two
it's
different
not.
things.
Yeah, those two different things.
So real quick, one of the things Sergio mentioned earlier in the show, and we mentioned this a couple times, Mike even mentioned it, men do not want a hoe. Like,
all we care
and
about.
like, nobody mentioned loyalty, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all want a man to be faithful. Like, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, that shit is like
Yeah.
ass backwards.
And the reason why we give so much about loyalty, like everything's always a projection, and like we really give a fuck about loyalty because we couldn't tell if the baby was ours for thousands of years. There was no way to tell until until we were able to just test it in the last, I don't know when they started doing it, in the last 100 years.
I mean, if you
So-
white and my baby come out black, I think you knew.
Yeah, but that's not how the case always works, especially when we were in villages with people that were all of our colors and shit like that. I'm explaining to you why I'm naturally wired to really give a fuck about that pussy being just my fucking pussy. I'm naturally wired to mate guard and make sure nobody comes around what's mine. Mate guarding is even something for your kids, like my daughter. I mate guard her. If she's 15 years old and she gets raped, she has trauma for life. It can make her hypersexual. It can destroy her. So I have to mate guard all women in my life. I have 4 sisters. I think everybody, all women have to be protected like crazy because trauma destroys women. Trauma makes men stronger. It makes men into, we love men from the trenches. We love men that go through hell and make it through it. They're worshipped by society. A woman that goes through trauma, a woman with scars, it's the opposite. We don't like women with scars. It's because a woman with scars, like we were saying earlier, that trauma, what does it do? It goes into your kids. We really give a fuck about it. This is why youth is also a huge deal to guys. Like nobody likes to talk about this, but there's a wall that women hit at a certain age. And you start noticing at that age, you don't still pull the guys like you pulled when you were 21. And like when that wall hits, it's a big deal. But the reason why is because youth is a big deal to men. And a lot of men, though, our age is a big deal to us. We losers at 20, and then we're badasses at 30, 35. So like we like Mother Nature, Father Time. Like we switch on each other. Privileges switch also. Women are super privileged when they're young. Men are more privileged than later on in life. If y'all had only 5 hours to make a guy fall in love with you, what do you do? Only 5? Yeah. Only 5 hours to make a guy fall in love with you. What do you do?
Only 5 hours to make him fall in love with me.
We can even like make it fun and say like you're on a trip somewhere, Dubai. And you meet this amazing man. You don't have 5 hours until you got to go on your flight back. And you want him to fall so hard for you that he just wants to move you back out to Dubai. What do? You got 5 hours. What do you do?
Make that the best 5 hours he's ever
Like the
ever
craziest
had.
sexual experience of his life.
No, not even just sexual. Make a great conversation. If it's like that and it's in another country, can get it. Take
Conversation.
it there a good. A great conversation. Like some people are different. Some people's conversations don't move them. Some people you bring a conversation to them and they haven't had it from a woman and they haven't had it in a while. So they'll sit there for them 5 hours and before you know it, it's time to go back home. Like let me get a couple more hours because they haven't had that. So I feel like a good conversation, and whatever else y'all want to take it down. A good conversation.
I'm definitely curious on that. I'm definitely curious. I'm not gonna sit here and say you're wrong or right or anything, but I'm curious about that. Yeah. What do you think? You got 5 hours. What you gonna do? Lock them in, make them fall deeply in love with you.
Make the ultimate sacrifice, whatever his ultimate sacrifice would be.
What is that?
It depends on the man.
Whatever he wants. Kind of do it. If he was like cancel that flight and move, just run away from your whole family, you do it. Anything. Jesus Christ.
A man's ultimate sacrifice is his life for his family.
Yeah.
What if you don't got no family?
Still, it's always gonna be a fucking family.
There's always somebody that
Like,
man.
yeah.
Like, men always sacrifice themselves. Like I mean, look at like the Orr shooting, I think one of the guys covered a girl that wasn't even his girlfriend, and he sacrificed his life for a random girl in the movie theater. What about you?
I guess make him feel like he's the only person in my life. Like, you know, if I'm feeling him.
Okay. What would you do? You got 5 hours to lock him in. Do something special.
Probably be like a mixture of what they both are saying. Because I'm thinking like Hallmark movie cheesy type of crap.
Yeah, Notebook.
Because like, I mean, you're in a country that you've never been before, and be like, hey, like, show me the best coffee place, show me the best dessert place, and he's taking you to his favorite places, and then experiencing that with him, and it's, I guess, cause some people will consider it intimate, so just like having that.
Okay. What do you think? You got 5 hours. Lock him in. Lock her in. What do you do? Strap
Well,
on.
based on his advice that he was given, you know, we're gonna just be getting it on.
Simple,
Yeah.
Just
simple.
fucking.
No,
I guess.
yeah,
the whole
tech-
5 hours.
She knows how to critically think.
yeah, she's smart.
A whole lot of teasing, I can say.
A lot of teasing.
Yeah, I would want him to be kind of teased in every aspect, mentally, physically, emotionally, to make him want some more.
That's kind of a
Make
good
him
idea.
want some more.
You'd
On
have
top
to-
of the, on top of the
it'd
head.
be
That's good
hard,
on top
really.
of the head.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
top of that, that's good.
yeah,
Thank you, young man.
yeah.
There you go.
What about you?
I like her answer, and I would add on and say whatever he want to do. Honestly,
Whatever you want to do.
whatever
Yeah.
he want to do.
No, I really kind of side with him. Where like, I mean, if I was a girl and I had 5 hours, like I think I'd just do the wildest fucking shit. But also the hyper teasing, like maybe some Gluck Gluck 3000 with some fucking like hyper teasing afterwards, definitely would probably make them be like, okay, I got to come back to this. Like, like there's no way or I got to do
Can't let
whatever it
this one
takes.
go.
Like, how much do I got to give to fucking make her come back or whatever? You know? Yeah, I definitely think that. Ladies, thank y'all for coming. Let's go to the last question. I just want to know, what did y'all think about the show? Would you come back? Did you learn anything that I should repeat in the future so then it's something that should always be said in the show so I can, teach more women, whatever the fuck it was. We'll start with you on this time. But yeah, what did you think of the show? Is there anything that you learned that I should say again? And would you come back?
I actually love the show. It was good to hear a man point of view. You know, we always hear ourselves when we talk to our friends or, talk to people that's around us.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a woman's point of view it's always good to have a man, see what men always think. 'Cause we always can, sit back and be like, okay, he probably thinking this, he thinking that, just assuming.
Yeah.
But to actually hear men and what they actually think and what's going on in their mind, it was good to hear.
Yeah, and what's so sad is like even if a guy like you had this conversation with them, they might be too scared to say all this honesty that I have, and the only reason why I have the balls to do it is because I have a platform. Like when I started all this, like I had enough money and everything where I didn't have to worry about anything. But most men can lose their job thinking or saying some of these things. Fucking make it to where they get no sex for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking there's a lot of fear in most men to say the things that I told y'all tonight. So and that's why I always say I do this show because I want to be like a father, brother, uncle, cousin to y'all, because a lot of women don't have that today, and you need it to be able to discern between a good guy and a bad guy. That's the whole point of the show. Teach y'all how to fucking discern this type of shit. But no, thank you so much for coming. Was there any fact or anything that like stood out so I can make sure to always try to bring those up? Like a certain thing specifically?
The certain thing specifically is the I feel like the 50-50. We was talking about the 50-50. Some women feel like 50-50 is just not for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and some feel like, okay, 50-50 can work for us. I feel like I want to show my man that I'm there for him. And, to put a difference between what a simp is and what you feel like what a simp is and what a man really is to you.
Yeah. No, it's good. What about you? What did you think of the show? Would you come back? Any fact that was a good one?
I love the show before I even got on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
So I definitely love the show. I also feel like the dread conversation we had before we got on the show was really like
cool.
Oh
yeah, I do need to bring that up.
Me,
so, I usually don't talk about dread on the actual show, but I should talk about it more.
I feel like that was some game that I hadn't been served that I appreciated, and I feel like having the different type of people, different experiences helps us all think about things differently.
No, thank you. And you'll come back?
Of course.
Awesome. No, good job. What about you? What did you think? You come back, and was there any facts that was stood out?
I love the show, and me being young, I guess I consider myself young. I like hearing what guys would like. I don't hear enough of what what does a man want? I mean, I'm young. I'm always thinking about what do I want. I ask my friends like, what do y'all want? What y'all nigga doing? You doing right? Okay, but I don't know what the man wants. So I think that's good, and something that I would like to see more is maybe the different ages of what man thinks. That's why I asked you what your age was and things like that. You know,
Yeah.
because we want different things at different ages.
Oh
We don't
yes,
really
oh
know.
yes. A lot of the younger men, I always have to say, ladies, like 25 and under men are in a whole different world. Like I got my first iPhone when I was 18 years old. Okay, and so when I was 18, like first dating or first like social media apps and stuff didn't come out until about 2-3 years later. So I'm like 2021 getting my first apps. People in his generation or in y'all's generation, y'all had iPhones at 13, 12, 13 years old. We're talking whole different mentalities. The guys have a whole different mentality towards the wants that they have because they've been seeing bikini models for years, like or pornography. Women have crazy wants because they've been seeing these muscly dudes or Lambos and all this crazy stuff, or Kim Kardashian with all these things. You know, like everybody's getting really screwed up. So you got to remember that whenever you're looking at the age thing. And when if you want to date a young guy, there's so many things you need to check off to make sure that he's not fucking up on multiple things. Like a lot of them have erectile dysfunction, all types of shit, you know? And so like you usually have to go older. And then what sucks about going older is that sometimes even the older guys aren't ready. Like you have to go super old, like 35 or 40. And it's like, that's too old. You know what I'm saying?
Super.
Yeah. Oh,
No disrespect.
No disrespect.
That's the second time.
I'm talking about the guys. I'm talking about the guys. No, it's the guys. But yeah, no, but I totally agree. That this girls in your position are having a really hard time picking. Yeah, it's hard. What about you though? What'd you think about the show? Would you come back? And what was the fact that you liked?
Yeah, no, I would definitely come back. Just see, talking to all these beautiful women, figure out their perspectives, and seeing how much we have in common, how much just seeing it in a different perspective. I mean, I've been out in the game for like 7-8 years, so I guess I need to like start relearning everything because yeah.
You should check out the book Evolution of Desire by Dr. David Buss. It's really phenomenal. Like that's where most of all the stats and everything I talk about all comes from that book. And he's amazing because he really shows the difference between men and women perfectly. His studies in that book like were done across 37 cultures across the world, from the Scandinavian countries of the most equal rich communities or countries to tribes in New Guinea. And like literally we can prove that men and women across all the world, all different societies, all different cultures, men are like this and women are like this, and like we can prove it. And that's why like all of y'all, I would suggest all of y'all read this book. It's an amazing book. All of Dr. David Buss's books are fucking phenomenal. He's a professor out of Austin, Texas. And but yeah, all this stuff all comes from him. This isn't shit that I pull out my ass, ladies. What about for you though? What is something that you liked about the show? What should I repeat, or would you come back again? And yeah, I can't remember. I'm stupid.
I would come back again. I do like the show. It is a little bit hard for me to relate because I don't like men. I'm not here searching for men. I don't care to date a man, but it is good to like get like opinions on how guys think. Because of course I like women, so I kind of think a little bit how guys think.
Yeah.
So I like to see how y'all think and see how y'all like.
You're like, I'm trying to pull bitches too.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm trying.
Not playing.
I'm trying
No,
to.
I'm not.
She's like, I'm trying to get all the sauce I could get. What about for you? What did you think about the show? Would you come back? Did you learn, or what was a good stat this time?
It was better than the first time. I really enjoyed conversation.
It was a
learning
good
new
subject
things.
this time. We had a good subject this
Yes,
time.
I love learning new things. Period. I'm just one of those type of people. What was the other question?
Would you come back? And what was there anything new that you learned this time?
Yes, I would come back, and I learned a lot this time.
There wasn't any one specific one that like popped out that you're not gonna be able to get out of your head for the rest of the week because you're like, God damn, I can't remember. I can't believe men are actually like this.
No.
That's fine. I just always like to ask that for just in
No.
case it's something good that I can repeat again. What about you? Did you like the show? Would you like to come back? And did anything stand out that was a good thing that I should start teaching everybody?
Yes, I do like the show. I would love to come back. I did enjoy hearing everyone else's perspective and hearing the perspective from a guy. I'm not gonna lie, the fucking on the first night
Talk a little bit more into the mic.
A lot of it kind of stuck with me. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's gonna be in the back of my head. Like niggas want to fuck that bad. Like I never knew it was that much of a.
I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Well, and y'all also understand, ladies. Like most of y'all, like y'all could all be lazy to say where they're like, we never sleep on the first date. We always make guys wait and stuff. Guess whose fault it is that the whole game's fucked up? It's not y'all's fault. It's the women that are sleeping around's fault. Like the women who have the
Yeah.
50 armor, or the guy, or the women that fuck the guys on the first date every time and stuff like that. It's their fault. They're the ones that fuck the game up. Like I'm not blaming y'all at all. I'm just saying those women like kind of fuck the game up. So if you want to get certain guys, like don't be mad at me. Get mad at them because they fucking made pussy so cheap that like
Yeah, they
they
made it
fucked
too
it up.
easy. I agree. I feel like a lot of women has made things a lot more easier than what I think.
It's changing right now though with this show. Like there's a whole movement going on right now, and it came from all these fucking shows, Fresh and Fit, whatever. All these shows coming out showing all this shit. It really made a lot of women fucking start like self-reflecting, and it's not even just self-reflecting. A lot of women are talking to each other behind closed doors and going, "Hey, these guys, they're fucking running this game on us. They got us like y'all
Are
are
we
starting
fucking
to
the same
figure it
man?
out."
That
Yeah.
same chat.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Facebook group?
yeah. There's that Facebook group where they were fucking figured out that all these guys were fucking the same girls and stuff. Like that was a huge deal last year. And like this, so women are waking up and starting to understand. Oh, this is the game. These guys just. Oh, I am a hoe if I sleep around because it's different. You know, it's like we're starting to wake up to these things, and we're like, oh, feminism, you fucking dickheads. Oh, fuck you, Cosmo and Vogue. Like y'all, of course y'all told me all this shit. Y'all are gonna make more money off the products that I buy if I fucking listen to all y'all's bullshit and your advice. And that's what it all goes back to free market. Like the biggest thing is sometimes women become misandrous and they blame men. Sometimes men become misogynists and they blame women. They're like, oh, these bitches won't fuck me. They're all hoes. And then the women will be like, oh, these guys, they're all fucking hoes. They're sleeping around. So they cheat on me all the time. And it's like, don't become a misandrist or a misogynist. Fucking be mad at the 1%. It's their fault. It's literally the government. It's literally like the top 1% richest men in the world that caused all this. Feminism wouldn't even grown if it wasn't for men. Men did it. It's not even. I don't even blame the women anymore. I do think y'all should keep y'all's fucking legs closed. I do believe that because I think if y'all keep y'all's legs closed, the men have to become better men. Like Tyrone, who makes no money and lives in his mom's basement, but still gets pussy every day of the week. Wouldn't he have to become a better man if he couldn't get pussy every day of the week? Yeah. So I will sit here and preach all day long. Women, stop giving it out because that will make men better. But at the same time, I do blame the men too because they're fucking bitches today. And if they weren't bitches, we wouldn't even be in these fucking situations. Guys don't hold frame. Guys don't like we sit there and let them print the dollar to the point where we're all fucking broke now. But it's all of our fault. But yeah, don't hate each other. Hate the system. But yeah, thank you, ladies, so much for coming. This was a really beautiful, awesome, smart panel. Everybody was super fucking respectful. I always like to also say, like when we have good panels like this where nobody interrupts or anything, y'all all deserve boyfriends, ladies. Like nobody was a fucking dickhead here tonight. Y'all all were willing to listen to a man and never
Douche
fucking.
nozzles.
Yeah, y'all weren't douche nozzles. Y'all were willing to fucking like literally be very respectful, very feminine. This is exactly what men want. Exactly, like y'all are perfect in my eyes. Y'all just need to go find.
Thank you very
Y'all
hard.
need to go find like guys though that are also good guys, but there's very few of them. So discern correctly. And ladies, if y'all ever want to go to the club, let me know because I get free bottles now, so we need to go all the time.
Yeah, I said
Yeah,
I get free
yeah. If y'all want to go out,
bottles.
Friday, yeah, we'll go out Friday,
Yes.
and maybe we'll go find some fuck boys out there.
Make sure you fuck them the first
Follow
night.
us all on Instagram or
Yeah,
whatever
everybody.
social medias that
Yeah,
we
guys,
have.
ladies, before y'all leave, I need to tag y'all on the Instagram, so make sure we'll do that, so then these people can find y'all. And go ahead and tell them where they can find you, bro.
Hey guys, listen. If you guys apply this advice, I promise you'll find a man. I promise.
What advice?
Fuck on the
You know
first
what
night.
it is.
Oh,
don't
that
play with
one.
me. Don't play with me. You know what it is. Yeah, man. It's always great to be on
Don't play
Sergio.
with
You
me.
know what I'm saying? Just talking with a bunch of chicks. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's
Yeah,
always
dude.
fun, man. But yeah, check me out on all platforms. Up the mic. If you're trying to get your fitness on point, your dating on point, mindset on point, stop being a bitch, and just hit me up, man. We'll make something work.
Yeah, guys, come on, hit them up. But yeah, thank you so much, Donnie. Thank you so much for producing tonight, guys. Everybody in chat, this was a really fire show. We had a lot of people show up and show out. I really appreciate y'all. We will see y'all Wednesday, Monday. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. I got a fucking crazy show for Wednesday, guys. I got a bunch of bottle girls, like super hot girls coming on the show, and like this one dude that's like a super high valuable guy that's in Dallas that has a lot. He already has like multiple girlfriends, and like he's like a dude that like multimillionaire. He's the guy. So we're gonna have a crazy show on Wednesday, guys. I'll see y'all then for sure. Peace the fuck out though.
Bye-bye.